guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thank you for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, the plethora of Star Wars related posts has triggered my memory regarding a change in the very beginning of Star Wars, at least since the special editions were released. I've seen that the films opened with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. From my earliest viewings and readings of Star Wars, I remember long ago in a galaxy far away. While Star Wars was a phenomenon because it was something which had never been attempted before, certain elements were tributes to the classic film, especially in the 40s. First of all, it's a tribute to a movie serials. Additionally, the song Long Ago and Far Away was a major film musical hit in 1944. I don't know if you guys realize that. And as with all other Mandela effects, I experienced mild cognitive dissonance, with some things, and the current phasing, which whenever I see a long time ago in a galaxy far away, I automatically want to correct it to long ago in a galaxy far away. So it's always been a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, in this current timeline. But the very playing of that song, did it not just conjure up like strong feelings of like Luke Skywalker, slinging his lightsaber and warm fuzzy feelings? It sure did for me.
Well, it depends on if Star Wars is your thing. But it did trigger the memory of seeing it for me, yes.
Yes. So we're celebrating. The reason why we play that song is because, as all or most people know, is that May the 4th be with you has come from May the Force be with you from Star Wars. And interestingly enough, that line was never actually said in the original Star Wars movie, 1977. It was never said. Did you realize that?
No.
No.
Yeah, it was the Force shall be with you always. It was the actual line. But somehow in the newer movies, I think it's changed to May the Force be with you, and pretty much that's what everybody went with,
Wow.
Yeah. So that I mean, I've only researched this recently. That may or may not be a Mandela effect.
There is something I wanted to show before we get started with the call-ins.
Sure. Yeah. Let's break it out.
I made a folder on Flickr called 5419 The Doors. Last night, I was on Freaky Friday on Scarab Performance, and Kryptonian called in. And he mentioned that the Doors logo changed, and there's now, it looks like a V is in the Doors logo.
Yes.
Except I was looking for residue of how I remember it, straight up and down.
Yeah, it was straight up and down.
I found residue, which is in that folder, but there's an image. The first image I want you to show on the screen looks like a blacked out image with one small image in the center.
Yes, I see it.
That's what I want you to show up on the screen, because from far away, it's very easy to see. The way the O's are now, it says Diva. The Divas.
So it's kind of like in a JPEG, far, far away.
Yeah, but Brian, once you see it, it's hard not to see. And it's easier to see it when it's small.
Yeah,
and then I also drew over it, so it's easier to see close up.
Okay, I want to share this among other things, but can we talk about Peter Mayhew, who died at 74, who played Chewbacca?
Yeah, of course.
Was he? Let me ask you something. Was he?
Wait,
really,
that's not the image you're showing. I don't want this. I don't want to see any of these right now. I just want the image that's blacked out, like with marker.
The image that's blacked out with marker.
Yeah. It looks like I scribbled on it.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, that's the one I want on the screen right now.
All right. Can we talk about Peter Mayhew?
Yeah, but I just want to explain this first if you're going to pull it up.
Yeah, sure.
That's the wrong one too.
That's not it?
No, that's colorful. It's a black. It's an image of a. It's just a tiny little picture with black scribbled around it.
Is it in that same folder?
Yes.
Oh. Hang on, is it this one? That one?
Yeah. Yes. But you don't zoom in. Pull out. Unzoom. You're too close. So from far away, can you see divas? Do you see DIVA''S? Actually, zoomed in is better for the audience. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm
hurt my
sorry.
eyes.
Zoom
My
back
eye, I
in.
should say.
I know. I'm sorry.
I
Zoom
just
back
had
in.
eye surgery.
I know. I'm sorry. Zoom back in.
All right. It kind of does if you think about it. I guess it could look like divas.
The farther away you look at it, that's all I see. And now, if you want to show the color version where I actually drew over the letters so you can see what I'm seeing when I look at the logo now that the O's are outwards like that, it looks like divas to me. DIVA''S. Because the Doors logo was never like that for me, and apparently it wasn't like that for Kryptonian because he's the one who pointed it out. The O's tilt out to make a V in the center now, and it looks like divas instead of the Doors.
Yeah, and I think I pointed this out too, like way back when. To me, they were straight up and down.
Yeah, and I have residue in that folder if you want to show it.
All right. So,
Because ironically, the Doors of the 21st Century, which was a band with two of the original members, they used the up and down nose. They were in the original band. Why would they get their logo wrong?
was that it, you guys? Was this the original that you remember too?
There's different ones. That's not exactly on
It's not
par with
exactly how I remember because the D wasn't cut out like that to me.
Oh, and here's the other weird thing. The O's are all over the place. So that one, they're going in the same direction, but they're both turned.
Oh my gosh.
This one is more like I remember.
That's how I remember it, yeah.
Yes. That's the Doors of the 21st Century logo. The S is a little different. This one's just weird to me. The D is off, the R is off, the S is off, everything's off. That's how I remember it.
This is how I remember it, yeah.
Yep.
So what do you guys say in the audience? What do you guys remember? Do you remember them being both slanted one way or another? Or do you remember them being slanted opposite directions? Or do you remember them being straight up and down? Let's get an overall opinion here. Again, we're not trying to influence you in any way because then it wouldn't be a Mandela effect. It's a Mandela effect only if a group recognizes a change. So let's swing back to our chat. Let's swing back to our chat here. Oh, my icon did change finally.
Yeah.
You like it, C3PO?
Mine didn't change yet?
No.
What?
Theresa, if you hang up and call back in, it might change it.
It might change it.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see. Let me get back in here. Yeah, because I want to see what the chat has to say. Hope everyone's doing well on a Saturday. Hope Friday night wasn't.
Did it work?
No, it's still. I'm waiting to see you on the screen.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
Yes, it did, Theresa. You are now.
Yay! I'm C3PO. I mean R2D2. Wrong one.
We got Brian Stavely in the chat. Yo, what's up, Brian? We got Tammy Bachrath. We got Amy Ferguson.
Justice for All.
Justice for All. What's up, Justice?
I'm surprised
see
you can
everybody.
read the small text, Brian.
What?
I was going to handle this for you because I didn't know if you could read the small text.
Oh, thanks. It's
That's
weird.
funny.
I had cataract surgery on Thursday, so I've had to wear an eye mask like every night.
Oh no.
And you know, I don't want to gross you guys out or anything early in the morning, but you know, they had to go in there and make 3 small slits, liquefy my
Oh.
lens, suck it out, and then pour a new lens in there.
I hope
Ow.
no one was eating breakfast while watching.
Yeah. So no,
Still
it's
sounds
not a
scary.
Mandela effect that I had eye surgery again. This is to correct the main problem I was having was cataracts that caused me to have glaucoma in the first place. So, anyways,
You're doing well though now, right?
yes, thank you. Yes, I'm doing real well, Sandy. Hanging in there.
Good.
I get this occasional flickering in the left upper quadrant of my left eye, but other than that, I'm fine.
I'm getting flickering too. Mine's in the lower left eye. So do you want to open these phone lines up?
Yeah, why not? Let's have a few call-ins here.
All right, I just put the number in the chat, guys.
You got the number?
It's already in the chat.
Let's see who our first caller is. 850-764-1552.
Do you want to put it in the chat, Sandy, the phone number, or do you want me to go in there to it?
It's already there, Theresa.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. PG2424 says that he or she, sorry, I don't know if you're he or she. He or she hopes you have a speedy recovery.
Aw.
Oh, thank you. Thank
And
you.
Amy Ferguson says, "Oh my God, bless your heart and eyes." LOL.
Oh,
Hey, Adam, why don't you call in?
Hey, Theresa, you guys' icons did change, by the way, in the main.
Thank you. Awesome. It worked. Only problem is, Sandy, later on, you're going to have to show me how to switch it back. Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
I'm serious. I don't want to be stuck with R2D2 after the show.
Oh, why not? Why not? You gotta hang on to it at least till December 20th. After December 20th, it's safe to remove it.
December
that's okay.
20th.
December 20th is the new Star Wars movie date.
No, that's okay. I want to go back to my picture. That's okay. Seriously. This is just for the show.
I like my C-3PO picture because it actually, he's severely Mandela affected. We got a caller.
Oh, somebody's calling.
Awesome. Let's see who it is.
Let's see who it is.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Hello, welcome.
Who is it?
It must have dropped. Call dropped. So please, caller, call back if you don't mind. We're happy to hear from you.
Aw. I wonder who.
Yeah, I wonder who called in. Was it Esther?
Yeah, we want to hear about your thoughts on Peter Mayhew as well as any Star Wars stuff. I mean, let's get people talking about Star Wars, since it is May the 4th. And I'm sure you guys have a lot to say, I bet you a lot of you have little Star Wars toys hanging around somewhere. I know I do.
But if they don't know Star Wars like me that well, like I've only seen it a handful
All right, we got a caller. You ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We can hear you just fine.
Hopefully I'll shift into a reality where I get better signal out at my house one day.
Wait, hold on. Who is that?
This is Adam. How you doing?
Adam, hey, I knew I recognized
Hey, Adam, welcome.
Hi, Adam.
First time caller.
Yeah, how have y'all been?
We're doing great. It's an awesome day.
Doing well. It's an honor to have you on.
Yes, thank you for calling.
Yeah, so I just saw on Facebook last night they were doing the anniversary. I'm like, I have to call in. I haven't called in a while.
Well, I mean, what are some of your thoughts on some of the things that's going on with the Mandela Effect community, as well as anything with Star Wars? I mean, I want to focus mainly on Star Wars, but
But
go ahead. Anything you
I
want
don't
to say?
know, just I haven't really kept up with it a whole lot. I've just been kind of busy, but I did see that the character that played Chewbacca died recently, so that was kind of sad.
yeah.
Well, and for all of you out there who don't know Peter Mayhew, he did play Chewbacca. He lived to be 74. What exactly did he die of? I didn't get to read the.
Me either.
What? What did he die of?
I
I'm not
didn't see
sure.
anything. I did
you want me
see
to-
conflicting reports of his age, though. I also saw he lived to 84.
Let me
So
see if
someone's
it
getting it
says.
wrong.
Yeah,
I can Google. Hold on.
See if you can find out what he died of.
I'll look.
Yeah, how's your family doing, Adam?
Everything's good here. Just about the same. I've been working a lot and stuff. Of course, I work graveyard shifts, so I'm getting ready to head to bed here in a minute. But
Heart attack.
Wait, he died of a heart attack?
Yeah, that's what it says. He said he had a heart attack.
Oh, that's
yeah,
sad.
same thing it took my dad a few years back. Heart attack.
Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, at least I know it's hard, seeing one of the Star Wars cast members die, but
Wow.
it's easy to remember, in case his date of death changes, like we've seen a lot with the Mandela Effect. A lot of these Hollywood actors' dates of death change.
Wow.
Remember, Mayhew died on May 2.
That's weird.
I know.
Wait, Brian, in the
What?
chat, JC Explorations. And then on Monday comes The Hangover, Revenge of the 6th, because it's May 6th.
Oh.
I didn't realize that.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Hey, Adam. Do you remember Chewbacca getting an award
the Bible now, right?
around his neck?
Wait.
Wasn't that a Mandela Effect, Brian? Something about a lot of people remember him getting the award around his neck, but now they're saying he never did. What do you remember, Adam?
What is it now?
The Medal of Honor that they all got at the end of the first movie. Chewbacca?
Oh yeah, he definitely got one in. And now he doesn't. I thought that was really crazy.
Yeah. And what were you saying about the Sith is in the Bible or something like that?
There's the word Sith. I'd have to find it now, but I know a friend of mine had posted that on Facebook a year ago or so. But the word Sith is in the KJV Bible, like S-I-T-H.
Whoa.
I don't know if y'all knew about that or not. I tried to
Brian?
share it.
I'm trying to find the actual.
If one of y'all have like a Bible search program, you might find it. Otherwise, I'll find it here in a second. But
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Let me see. I'll look too. Sandy?
I'm here.
Sith?
okay, I found it. It's in Ezekiel 35:6.
No way.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith, thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Wow.
So S-I-T-H, Sith.
Well, here's the real question. Do you think that word was magically appeared in the Bible because of the Mandela Effect or Star Wars?
I would think so. I wasn't very familiar with the KJV language, but that's the only occurrence in the Bible. And I don't know. I've never heard of even that word before. For Star Wars. So I'm not even sure really what that word means. It's supposed to mean. Sith. I guess because maybe in the context that it's used, but.
I'm trying to
Crazy.
find.
I'm wondering if George Lucas might have pulled it from the Bible, but
But I was doing the same thing, and under Wikipedia it says origin of the word Sith. The word Sith was first used in the 1976 novelization of Star Wars.
Huh. So there you go. So
But
if the word ship was first used there, then it was
No.
in the Bible.
But wait, no, hold on. But okay, it comes from Old English Sitha or Sithan. It's Old Norse German, and it's a demonstrative pronoun to that. So read that verse and change Sith to that, and see if it makes sense.
Hey,
Oh God,
Whoa.
I'm just gonna take it off the hook. I gotta go in the living room to do that though.
what have you noticed any new effects that have popped up for you, Adam?
Just the ones I follow online, and the newest one that I've noticed online that people talk about was the Gettysburg Address. That one kind of blew me away.
Oh, really? What changed?
Where he was said, 470 years ago, our forefathers, blah blah blah. Well, now it's just fathers.
Oh, the forefathers. That's right.
Yeah, that seems like a definite change.
Yeah.
So forefathers is no longer in there?
I wouldn't be surprised if Jedi showed up in the Bible. And, sorry, what were you saying, Theresa?
So you're telling me that forefathers is no longer in Abraham Lincoln's speech? Is that what you're saying?
Well, at least not there. I mean, I haven't read through the whole thing, but that was one of someone.
Wow.
And one of the groups a while back, where he said even watch Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted, he says our forefathers in order to establish, whatever. But now, now the actual speech itself, it just says our father.
Are you serious? So you're telling me he doesn't even say four no more?
Do what?
It completely disappeared, the word four?
Well, no. I mean, of course, it's in the first part. It says four. I mean, it still says four and so many years ago. So.
No, I mean forefathers. He doesn't say forefathers no more.
Right, correct. At least not right there.
Wow.
Like I said, I haven't read through the whole thing. I don't think it has the word forefathers in there.
And Brian,
of course, when people think of forefathers, they think of him as one of the forefathers. But I was pretty sure he had said that in the speech too. I mean, I found lots of residue and shared it in the group. So.
Yeah, there's plenty of residue. And by the way, thank you for participating in Theresa Lynch's group, because we're also celebrating the anniversary of her group.
Yeah, I saw that.
How many years has it been, Theresa?
1 year today, and I'm real excited. Real excited. This is a huge deal for me, guys. Having the group there for 1 year, and I want, if any of the members are listening, including you, Adam, I just want to thank everyone for being members of my group, and you guys bring the best residue and effects, and I just want to let you know how much I love everyone and how much I appreciate all the hard work and effort that goes into keeping this group keep going, and I want to keep going on to 2 years and keep going as long as this effects are happening. And thank you guys again. And happy 1 year anniversary, everyone.
Happy 1 year anniversary. But I also want to point out, because I don't think a lot of people saw it, if you go to the group and at the top, click on see all announcements, there's actually a post about May the 4th be with you, 1 year anniversary. We're running a contest, and you have until 11:59 p.m. to enter. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah. Okay. So what do they win? Sandy, you want to tell them?
Well, you could. Okay, it's one of Brian's T-shirts, the Mandela Effect Awareness T-shirts.
Awesome.
Sizes small to large. There's no extra large, guys. So size small, medium, or large. But
can Brian show it on the show? Do you happen to have one handy there, Brian, where you can show it?
Yeah, I have a couple of different styles. Let me.
You want to show them on air so people can see what they're have a chance to win?
Guys, I'm not watching the show right now. I'm in the living room.
Oh, okay. I'm in there.
Okay.
I think Brian's grabbing some shirts.
Okay.
I think so. So Sandy, what kind of residue do they need to show? It can be anything, right?
Anything Star Wars related. It doesn't have to be
Anything.
new. But if you have new residue that we haven't seen, we will credit you and show
like
anything.
Shirt I shared on there, that's actually from a friend's son that I know. Like I took that picture of his shirt. So.
Yes. So
yeah, I've seen that.
So what I was saying was, if you have new residue that we haven't seen, we will credit you and show it on because tomorrow night we're going to have a regular Mandela effect show. So we will show
one of them.
all the entries tomorrow.
There's one of them. And then here's the other.
Oh, those are nice, Brian.
Yeah. Sorry,
wow.
I had them in a duffel bag when I moved.
I like them. Oh, I like that one. Is that your logo, your icon, Brian?
Yeah.
Wow, great job. And I like the black because black you can pretty much wear with anything, you know?
Yeah, you can wear it with anything from jeans. You can wear it khaki, anything you want to wear it with.
Exactly. And they're really nice quality shirts.
Yes, thank you, Brian, for showing those.
Yeah,
those are nice. So everybody dig deep, and go looking for your residue for the Star Wars, and it could be anything related to Star Wars. And Sandy, they got to what time did you say? To go in and post it.
11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Tonight, correct?
Okay.
Correct. Yes.
Wait, hold on. So that's Pacific Standard Time. So that's what time for East Coast?
That would be
3 p.m. or 3 a.m. I mean.
2:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, so you have until 2:59 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Because what's going to happen is Sandy's going to. I guess who's the judge? Is it going to be Sandy or Theresa?
No, we're gonna use we're just gonna plug everybody's name who enters into a random generator.
Okay.
And let a computer pick the name.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and we will announce the winner in the post and on the show tomorrow night.
Yep. I think is it Esther who's won a shirt? I think. So she's had it on the show before where she wore it.
Yes.
I think it was Esther, Brian. You're right.
Yeah, it was Esther.
Yeah.
Adam.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what size are you, brother?
I think according to what she put on her Facebook, the largest they had was large. She said they didn't have.
Well,
XL,
I gotta order.
I had to squeeze into a large, I guess, if I was to win it. But
no,
I usually wear shirts. I usually wear about 2X just so.
Well, yeah, me too. But I got to order some 3Xs, and that would pretty much cover everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if I wasn't to win the contest, but when you go to sell them or something, cause if it's the design that I thought I saw on there a second ago, while I had Signal, it's like the one that you use for most of your videos. I'd love to have one of them shirts.
Yeah, I'll definitely
Lucy?
try to get one too, you know?
Yeah. Hey, I got to let y'all go real quick. My sister just pulled up, but I'll try to call back later or I can call tomorrow.
Or tomorrow, yeah.
Sounds good. We'll talk to you later, Adam. Good to hear from you.
Adam, thank you for calling in.
Thanks for calling in.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. Bye. Take care, man.
Bye, Adam.
Bye,
Thank you, Adam.
That was nice. That was unexpected. I did not expect
Wow,
that.
I love that. That was awesome. Yeah. And we'll take more calls, right, Brian? Anybody wants to call in? Anyone?
Right. That's just one call. You know, we expect to take probably 8 today. So let's just see who all wants to call in and just have a chat.
And don't think you have to be limited to talk about Star Wars, right, guys?
Right. It doesn't.
I mean, that is the
Star Wars.
That is the theme, but you could talk about anything.
Right. We could talk about
personal effects.
Some things with Avengers, maybe. I don't know, because there's a lot of spoilers out there. I don't know, but we'll try to keep it to Star Wars for now.
Yeah, for now.
Or anything that anybody wants to go off their chest about me if they found their own Mandela effects, or because I wouldn't have anything to call in about with Star Wars. Nothing's really changed for me recently.
Well, no, the hood isn't the jacket, Brian. Didn't you? A lot of people don't know about that one, but doesn't it look like he's Darth Vader looks a little different now? A few different changes on him. Didn't he change a little bit for you?
Well, he's got a lot of gray now. It's almost like they're making him, because he was the dark. He was like the dark Sith or something like that, or something. You know, dark. He was dark all over, but now he's got gray in him.
Because he's aging, Brian.
Oh my
you
God.
get it, gray?
And gray and silver hair.
They aged him. Yeah, that's him getting old, man. Remember, he's from the 70s. He's got to turn gray.
Right.
We're all going to turn gray. Why do you think I dye my hair every 4 weeks to cover my gray? I don't want to look like Darth Vader.
The other thing that's changed for me with Darth Vader, and someone else brought this to my attention, was his cape. If you look at
the cape
now.
Looks like he's wearing a skirt or something.
Yeah, it looks like a skirt.
I forget who found this. It was someone in the group, I think. I want to give them credit. I need to look it up.
I mean, does this honestly look the way you guys remember it? Does Darth Vader look off to you here? It looks like he's wearing a complete robe, and you never see his legs at all. What do you guys think?
Oh, Esther wants to know if she wants to take a picture and put it in the group, and then I guess I can send it to you. Esther, she mentioned something here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian, that looks to me. Go back to that first image you had of Darth Vader.
Which one?
The first one where he's standing in a dark room.
That one.
That looks to me, not that one, but okay, it's close enough. The other one was more obvious because it was straight down. That one, yeah.
This one?
Yeah, that reminds me of a priest. The vestments going down.
You can clearly see the gray too now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like a Catholic priest with the vestments, except it's black.
Come on, it was never gray. It was always black. What happened to Darth Vader?
Wow.
This is the famous part where he says, "Luke, I'm your father."
On YouTube, the first one I see with the new dress is Need Input. So I don't know if Need Input was the first one, but he definitely made a video on it.
Okay. And we also noticed that Darth Vader has a gray nose now, and that was found by who?
No idea.
Me either.
Older.
That one's been bounced around, so we can't really pinpoint who the original source is, but it's gone through a lot of different people and different places, you know what I mean, on Facebook, Twitter, and videos. So don't know who originally found that one. Sorry, Brian.
No, that's all right. I have a Darth Vader bank, like a head, and then the top you put coins in. Even my son's bank with the Darth Vader has changed.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
actually, guys, the oldest video I found about Darth Vader's mask has changed. It was 2 years ago by Harmony Mandela Effect.
Oh, Harmony?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember Harmony. Yes, remember him, Brian? You had him on your show a while back.
Yeah, he was on my show a while back.
He's awesome. I like him.
He is. He gets into more of the science of the Mandela effect.
Yeah, a lot different aspects of it. Wow. So we're gonna have somebody call in, Brian. You want to give out the number again?
The number's in the chat.
Oh, there
you go.
Someone's
there
calling.
You go.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Welcome.
Hi, Ryan. It's me.
Oh, hi.
This is Esther.
It's Esther. Yeah.
Yay, Esther!
Hi. Hello.
Hi,
Hey,
Esther.
welcome. May the fourth be with
I'm
you.
on a new phone, so hopefully it's better service and everything.
Oh, that's good to hear. That's great.
Yeah, not all broken anymore. So, and I actually have
You
a lot
sound
of
awesome.
comments while I'm on here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a Mandela effect or not, but T-Mobile is actually better than AT&T now.
That's crazy. Not in my neck of the woods.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's where you are.
I use Straight Talk all the time. I don't like the fact of being put into a contract or anything. So I just use Straight Talk. It's great service, so I find that for the price, I can't really get much better service than I get with that because it also bounces off Verizon and everything. So
that's great that you got Verizon towers with that. You got lucky. That was good because they use different towers. Some of them use just AT&T, some of them just use T-Mobile, some use Verizon. So that's awesome.
Yeah, we get the Verizon, and so yes, a friend of mine who used to work for Radio Shack, actually he had his own Radio Shack, told us about that. He's like, if you're going to do month by month, he's like, go with Straight Talk because they use the Verizon, and I'm like, awesome. So it worked out. I don't really know much about Star Wars, so unfortunately I don't have a lot of Star Wars things. I know it looks weird with the extra cape on Darth Vader. I don't remember that though. That just looks weird to me. So, but the one about Theresa, I was saying I could take a picture and I could put it on the Facebook page and show people what the shirt looks like. So if people want to know what they're winning, I was thinking I could do that.
Yes.
Be like a model for it.
Why don't you just text it to me? Just send it to me, or if you want to put it in the group, and I could get it to Brian, or Sandy can grab it too, right, Sandy?
I was going to say, just post it in the comments under the post.
Yeah.
That this is what you could win. This is what the prize is.
A little bit when I got the phone. So.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm not currently wearing it. So, there was a couple of changes that I've just noticed that I was telling Sandy about earlier, and when I think I've mentioned to you, Brian, as well about I've been so busy I haven't been able to really focus so much on all of the effects going on. I've been constantly on Facebook and looking at the page and commenting there when I can, but to really actively go out and search for stuff, it's been harder.
Esther, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys. I'm sorry. Guys, listen, Esther.
What's the matter?
What's that?
Someone's at my front door. I'm just muting. I'll be back. I just want to let you know.
It's Darth Vader.
I'll be back. Bye.
It's Darth.
But yeah, the couple of changes I noticed just because I listen to the Beatles all the time, and I noticed a change a couple days ago was The Night Before. I know it's not a hugely popular song by them. I was going through my Facebook page and I had shared that song, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go back and listen to that song again by the Fab Four because they did a mock version of it. And I was listening to it and I was like, wait, he's singing it wrong. So I went back to the original, and he's dropping the S's on almost every word now, and it's really annoying me. And I'm like, no, I always remember the S's being, when we said our goodbyes, there was in your eyes, lies, and now it's just all singular, just lie, everything is, and I'm really getting annoyed with it. But I love that song, and I listen to it, I don't know how many times. I mean, it's a song I listen to constantly. So when I first started listening to it, I mean, it would just be like on rotate. I don't know if anybody else knows that song.
Which one?
The Night Before by the Beatles. It's off from the Help album.
Can you kind of give us a few lines of it?
Really help.
Can you sing a little bit of it?
It's when he starts the song, we said our goodbyes the night before. He said, were you just telling lies? Love was in your eyes. Was I so unwise? Those are all of the S's on all of those words are gone now.
No way.
It's like I'm like, no, that's not the way it was. I remember very clearly.
Brian, are you able to play a clip of it without getting a strike? Are you able to do that?
If you can give me a minute marker, I can play like 10 seconds of it, maybe.
Yeah.
It's literally like the first, probably maybe 5 seconds into the song. It's literally like the first line he says.
Wow, I'd love to hear it. Sandy's a big Beatles fan. You probably would know this too,
Yeah.
along with you.
Yeah, the night before.
The night before.
The night before, yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can play it.
Okay. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Esther.
Welcome.
Oh,
wait.
It said I.
I don't know if I could play much more of it.
But I heard when it said I. Is that what you mean by Esther? By that? The I?
Yeah, it's weird. It's even when he says why, was I so unwise? He just says, was I so unwise? It sounds like you're saying why. Was I so unwise?
Yeah, I heard it.
That's not what he said before.
Can you slow it down, Brian? Like so we can that part? Like slow it down.
I can try. Hold on.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow, maybe
I can't even hear it there.
Wow. That was an awesome find, Esther.
Or who does the song? They said they do a cover version because they're really good at imitating them. And I listened to their version and it's the same exact way. So I was like, they apparently have also gotten the update, I guess you want to say. They also sing that way too, and it's frustrating because I need to be able to find somebody that can sing it correctly. So I haven't gone out and looked for Residue yet. This is just one I just found the other day, and I've been listening to it. I'm like, no, I love this song. I've listened to Help.
What was the name of the song again? Adam wants to know the name of it. Can you say the name of it?
The Night Before by the Beatles.
Did you hear that, Adam?
What's interesting, have you guys seen the previews for this movie coming out about a guy that falls and hits his head? And then when he wakes up, the Beatles aren't together, and he's using all their songs to make riches.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seen that? It's called Yesterday.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm going to go see it once it comes out in theaters. As long as it's in my theater, I'm going to go see it. So yeah, it's definitely a very interesting. So I love that song. It's one of my favorites. I've noticed Let It Be. I mentioned before a different version. Like they have two remastered versions of that song, and one of the songs that sounds normal from their +1 DVDs, but then their supposed original remaster, it sounds different. Like when he plays the drums, the snare, it's like. And I'm just like, that sounds weird. And it was weird because I remember hearing that change to that song right after the whole thing with the Friday song that came out with that weird cha-cha-cha thing that was going around. That literally changed right after that. I was like, I don't remember this weird cymbal sound in the background.
Cha-cha-cha.
Here Comes the Sun. Different versions have a weird drum beat as well. I've just noticed slight little subtleties in their songs that just sound weird. I listen to their music a lot, so I got many of their songs. and I don't just listen to their top songs. I listen to like everything. Oh, the other song I'm saying about was Act Naturally. Ringo Starr actually sings that one. I've been listening to that one, like I said, for a while. And he sings, he actually has a word change. So that one is probably, this is annoying. When he says, I'm the biggest fool that ever hit the big time. But I remember him singing, I'm the biggest fool that ever hit the big screen.
Wow.
And it's not, he always says big time. And I'm like, I remember being big screen. I'm the biggest fool that ever hit the big screen, not the big time. Because it's all about acting in a movie and how he doesn't have to put on a show. He can just act naturally because he's a sad and lonely person. He doesn't have to act because he's just naturally that way. So I'd have a minute marker would be on that one.
Can you please post that in the group as well? I mean, any song changes, please feel free to post as much as you want, Esther, okay? Seriously.
Yeah.
Anything.
I don't know if many people know this one because it's not as well known, because it is a Ringo Starr song as well. It's not very common at all.
But there are people like Rich, who's really into music, that might know it, and other people who, you know, that are really big Beatles fans that might pick up on that change. And that's why it'd be cool if you could post it for the people who do know their music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed this one a few months back, and I was like, well, I don't know if I want to post it or not.
Yes, please. Yes, 100%. 100%. I encourage you to.
The more and more I listen to it, I just go, no, it's not a misremembering, because I remember seeing it, the big screen, and I don't remember.
I'm 100% with you. Yes.
Apparently somebody's really excited in the background.
Trying to turn this down, huh?
We have wake up news. There's a bunch of people in the chat talking about, and the Black Sheep researcher says there's a 100-year-old Mary Hill Stonehenge in the U.S.
What?
Apparently, 100 years ago, they had erected a Stonehenge that's likened to the one in England, and it's in, where is it? I think it's in Virginia.
You want to bring it up on the screen?
Yeah, sure. Let's look at this thing.
Okay. You can talk about it while we're waiting for Sandy to come back.
It's weird that...
And Esther, you can stay on if you want.
I could see if it was like with modern technology, because we could easily build a replica today. 100 years ago, what would that be? 1919.
Yeah. Wow. Beginning of the century.
Where were you in 1919? I was probably negative, probably like negative 61 years old.
I'm a little bit older than you, Brian. I don't want to go there.
With the fact that
I'm ancient.
Stonehenge is such a big deal, you would think we would hear about that. We would make it a huge deal about it in America.
Seriously.
That wouldn't be something. We would be like, oh, you know, this country's got Stonehenge. Well, we have one too. The way that most Americans are about the way that other monuments are, you would think that we would be all over that in the news and everywhere else. Like everybody in the world knew that.
Sand Hill. It was on the 4th of July, 1918, as a memorial to the people who had died in World War I.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yes, never heard of that one before. Any more history about it? You want to talk about it, Brian?
It's in Goldendale, Mary Hill, Washington. That's probably more better pictures.
Okay. Yeah, show any pictures you have.
Honestly, if we had this replica, you know, like, why would anyone want to travel to England if it's an exact replica?
Exactly.
Yeah, so I feel like the way that I mean, not like, you know, us personally, but like most Americans are so about, you know, our race to the moon and everything else that we do as as a country, it's always pushing about how great America is all the time. You would think that would be in the news, that we would be pushing like, well, you don't have to fly there. We have your own. So yeah.
But for me,
Yeah,
I'd want to see the original stones, the old stones. You know what I'm saying?
Sandy's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to move my car.
There were pictures repeat. Yeah, interesting. And they call it Maryhill Stonehenge.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just weird. I mean, you'd think that, we'd make it into a big deal, like, Mount Washington or Statue of Liberty or anything like that. You'd think we'd make it into like a bigger deal. I mean, we know about those. You would think we'd know about this.
Hey, Sandy, are we allowed to talk about another Back to the Future change?
Allowed. I mean, if you want to whittle down our list for tomorrow, go ahead.
That'll help, Brian.
I did find the minute marker on the Act Naturally if you wanted to play it, or if you want to just leave it out, just go into the group, and I can do it that way.
Yeah, I would send that one. Send that one to the group, and that way, we could get. Yeah, because Theresa's got like 1,500 members, and I can't believe she's got that many members.
It's taken a year.
Yeah, we remember asked for it to be approved while we were doing the show.
Oh, thank you, Esther. Did you take care of them?
First, but yeah, I don't want to take up too much time because I want to be able to let other people call in, because I know anybody else that would love to call in, I would love to hear. I always love hearing other people and their stories or any of their personal Emmys.
Yeah.
Esther, it was really awesome of you to call in, and we, because come on, guys, hand it to her. It takes a lot to sometimes get up in front of an audience, and especially like when you're live and everything. So that was really great.
Yes.
That you did that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling, Esther.
I always enjoy calling in, and it's for me, it's a way of being able to talk about something and not feel like I'm a crazy person, because I can't talk about this with my coworkers or anybody. And like, I'm at work and my boss, he'll start singing the song that never ends, and I'm like, that's not even the right lyrics now.
Yeah, this is the song
I can't even correct him.
never ends. Yeah.
He sings it all the time. Almost every shift, I have to hear him sing that song, and every time I'm like, you don't. That's not the. I mean, that's the way we remember it, but that's not how it's sung now. And but he sings it the same way, and I was just like, it literally. Almost every Mandela change that happens to a song, he'll start singing it, and I'm like, that's not the way it says now, but I have to be very careful because he is my boss.
Yeah.
Your boss is not awake?
He's very stickler for the rules. So it's really hard where it's like I want to be able to say stuff, but I'm like, I don't want to sound like a crazy person to him.
Yeah.
I dare not.
I'm in the same boat.
I dare not talk about it at work. I don't even mention that I have a YouTube channel.
It's hard to. You're around
at work. I don't talk about it.
I did have one coworker that I was starting to talk to about. Like, I was able to tell her stuff, ask her stuff. And then after a few changes went by, she's like, nope, I don't want to hear anymore. It was literally making her to the point where she's like, I can't handle it. So I had to literally stop talking to her about it because she's in shock. That's
the problem about the Mandela effect. It's when we try to wake people up. I think what it is it's too much for them to handle, and us being awake, we can handle this better than a lot of other people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think we're chosen to handle this.
Feeling overwhelmed. I don't talk to her about it anymore. She knows, but that if something weird has happened, she'll like say something to me or something. But like she won't. I now know that I can't go to her because like I would ask about like Alice in Wonderland or other things like that. She needs like The Nightmare Before Christmas, and she's like, this is all not the way I remember it, and I'm like, well, yeah, these have changed, and she's like, nope, can't handle it, and she's like, nope, done.
Yeah, it's too much for people.
Okay. Yeah, not everybody can handle the changes that it's too scary, I think, to think that reality can change around us and there's no explanation that we can actually give them. So
as to why it's happening.
Air. It's like how do you explain air? So
I don't know. I kind of blame Barry for messing up the timeline. Barry, the Flash, because he wanted to stop his mom from dying, so he sent us on a tangent.
Yeah, he sent us on a big tangent. Yeah.
I don't want to take up too much more time because I want to bill a lot of other people to call in. But anybody out there listening, we would definitely love to hear anybody else's story, even if you don't think it's important, or maybe it's just new to you. That we will talk about any old effects even. So we don't mind, because I know everybody has their own story and everybody has their own way of processing that. So I just want to throw that out there for people that, if you're feeling scared, don't worry, we're not gonna attack you or make you feel bad, because we all have our enemies that are new to us, and it's all scary. So
yeah. Esther, before you go, let me ask you something. Esther, before you go, did you see the Doors logo we had up at the beginning of the show?
Sorry, you're really hard to hear on my phone for some reason.
Oh. Is this better?
Yes, a little bit.
All right, because I'm literally holding the microphone against my mouth. I said, did you see the Doors logo in the beginning of the show today? The Doors logo, did you see it?
The Doors?
The logo, yeah. I'm just trying to
show it again.
I commented on that. I remember them going up and down, and I do remember seeing them slanted but never inverted.
Never shaped like a V, right?
I've never seen it inverted until today.
Yeah, but I believe that was Kryptonian that or Brian saying he may have covered it, but I heard it from Kryptonian last night.
Wow.
But what I was saying was, when he showed the image, could you see the word diva in it? I'm just seeing if the chat you could. I didn't know if the chat could see it the way we were seeing it. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Sandy, I think they were trying to spell out your name.
Well, it says the divas. So
there's a message before you were even born, right?
Mm-hmm.
I remember them being up and down, but then I also remember seeing them slanted. But I remember them being slanted to the left, like at the top was on the left, and then the right side was out further.
Let me ask you guys something. When do you think the last major shift was? Or I would
say kind of recently.
Are we shifting all the time?
About a week ago. I'm going to say a week ago.
Yeah, it was about a week ago.
I feel like it happened recently, because I noticed the time has been flying by way faster. Yeah. As well as I've noticed in a lot of since I work on the gas station side right now where I work, so I get to see people up close and see their faces all the time. I see hundreds of faces a day, if not thousands. And I've noticed in some of our regular customers, I'm looking at their faces and they just seem a little different.
Wow.
Some of our customers that come in, I'm just looking at their faces and I'm like, I feel like your face has changed just over the last week. And I see them all the time, almost every day.
Oh my God.
And I just feel like some of their faces have changed. Not a lot, but just that subtle, why does your face look different? So it's just odd to me. I've noticed in that, like I said, the last week, I started looking at their faces and going, you just look different.
Different versions of them, I bet. Like a different reality of them.
But yeah, it's their faces just, it's not that I haven't looked at their faces before, because I'm always looking, especially when I have to ID stuff, I'm much more, I look at people's faces more now because of that. But
wow.
I've been really looking at their faces, and I've been looking at their faces for months now, and now all of a sudden their faces seem a little bit different.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Not with every single customer. I'm noticing it with certain, like even some of my coworkers, I'm like, your face looks a little different.
And what do they say?
I don't know what's up.
Do you follow up with, you must be losing weight or something like that? Because that's an odd
That's a good
question.
excuse.
Yeah.
I've actually gained a lot of weight, I've noticed.
Well, I mean, like it's been literally like at some of these customers I see, and there's one guy that I stare at him a little bit more because I think he's very cute. And his face looks different this week than it did last week. I mean, he just looks different. So I don't know if it's a personal viewpoint, like I'm looking at them differently, or if their faces actually changed. I've been noticing, especially like 2 or 3 customers specifically, that I can say that their faces have changed. Just
Wow.
like nobody else has really noticed it, but I'm like, there's something different about the pigment of your skin than your something about their face.
Well, the other thing is that face, a lot of these effects I've noticed seem like they're tracing back sometimes to the Bible, and with the Bible changes. Face is in the Bible. And a lot of the Adam and Eve story, people said it's changed as well. It's supposed to be Adam was wiping the sweat of his brow, but now it's like his face or something. I don't know. I don't know what to think with a lot of these effects.
Hey, one real quick thing, and then I said I really gotta go. Is I just remember talking about faces, and I was looking at some of these Wake Up News was talking about blue. I was just thinking, Tom Cruise. I think I might have brought this up before, but I can't remember. What does everybody remember for his eye color?
Blue.
Actual true eye color.
I thought they were, but now they're hazel, aren't they?
Well, it's weird because recently they've just changed from hazel to now they're considered green. When I grew up, they were always blue, and I mean blue. Like,
wow.
No mistake, they were blue because when I was a teenager, I really liked Top Gun, and I loved that movie, and I was like in love with black hair and blue eyes.
Wow.
After I saw him, and I was like, I want a guy that has brown, or maybe black hair and blue eyes, and that was my type because of Tom Cruise. And that's where my anchor memory comes from. Why I know he had blue eyes when I was a kid, and now he's got green eyes.
His eyes have changed, and now they're green.
What?
Yeah, just a few weeks ago they were hazel. Just a few weeks ago, that's what they were labeled, and now they're labeled as green eyes.
Well, wait, let me just interject here, guys. I have hazel green eyes. Like they look green with gold in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on some of the things that list my eye color, it says green, and on some it says hazel. So that could be what's going on with Tom Cruise right now. But he had blue eyes.
But understand, to me, he had blue eyes as well.
Yeah, he had blue. But I'm just saying, with the hazel green thing, that could just be because he has hazel green eyes.
The picture they show, it shows that he has brown eyes. And that's where, for me, I was like, well, is he wearing contacts in that or something? That's where I was a little confused. Because I remember him having blue eyes. Mission Impossible, I remember him having blue eyes, except for the times he would wear contacts to go undercover and stuff. But I just remember him having those really, really nice, like really blue eyes. There was no mistaking it because when you have someone that has really nice blue eyes and then you have hazel eyes, they're not the same.
No, they're not.
It says he's got green eyes. When I looked it up, I said color of Tom Cruise eyes, and it says green.
Oh, but what's really weird was as I was typing in what color is Tom Cruise's, and then next thing I know, eyes is the first thing that popped up. That was weird.
Wow.
Because I said, what color is his shirt? I could have said, what color is his shirt? But immediately, eyes comes to the autocorrect.
I think probably a lot of people are probably, looking that up. Like, okay, what color, is his eye color? Because it seems like it constantly changes.
Actors change their eye colors. Here you go. Movies in which actors change their eye colors.
The Risky Business. Oh, sorry, Tracy, you were talking?
Yeah, it says right here, movies in which actors change their eye colors.
Yeah, it's weird how his eye color changes and.
Could he be wearing contacts though, guys? Is there a chance that he could be switching around his eye color with contacts?
Yeah.
I mean, we would have to find scenes from like Top Gun and see if he has blue eyes there, which he doesn't.
Yeah.
I remember him in Top Gun blue eyes. Excuse
Oh.
me, sorry. And now they look brown because of the lighting, but his eyes were the hazel green, but they look brown because of the lighting. Like my eyes always look brown unless like I'm in bright sunlight.
Oh wait, I just found a picture of his blue eyes, guys. I just found a picture.
Colors that you're wearing can change your eye color.
Here.
Make it look like they're different colors. But like, I just remember him having extremely light blue eyes.
I just found one.
That's what I fell in love with. It was like I wanted that light blue eye color. My dad has the light blue eye color. I just always thought that was such a pretty color. And now that I'm older, I'm like, now I like brown eyes. But it's like when I was younger, I was like, it was blue. They gotta have blue eyes. They gotta have blue eyes. Of course, I married someone that had hazel eyes. So sometimes his eyes could almost look blue if he was wearing like a bright color shirt. So yeah, I just remember it very clearly being blue.
Guys, sorry to interrupt you. I just sent a picture to Sandy and Brian in the texting, and he's got blue eyes in that picture from the Top Gun. I just found it. Residue.
Yeah. Yeah, so I
You see it,
remember
Brian?
Top Gun, I think was the
I
first
found a picture with the blue eyes from Top Gun.
Mission
Do you see it?
I remember both them having blue eyes. Because if he had brown eyes, I would have been like, that would have been my image of what I wanted. But
I'm sorry,
because
Theresa, that's green.
Because I
That's
thought
green?
he was so cute and all that. That's where I kind of modeled what I wanted for a boyfriend at the time. You know,
That seems blue.
like that. So like that's what I wanted in a boy was, oh, I love that color. It's such a pretty contrast because the blue eyes against the black hair. It looks so pretty, or not pretty, but handsome. So it's like that duo just looks so good. So
I'm sorry, Esther. Theresa, the blue eyes that I remember were like crystal clear blue, like blue.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. That's the hazel green eyes that they're saying he has now.
Do you guys notice that some people have hexagons in their eyes? Because I haven't seen that much. Have you? Of course, my eyes are bad anyways.
Are you saying that because of the image Theresa sent?
mine have a slight hexagonal shape to them. They're not round anymore. I've noticed that they're not like completely hexagonal, but they're not round either. They become like especially my left eye is more hexagonal than my right eye.
Well, the
And
image
I do
Theresa,
look at my eyes a lot.
you really can't hear me, can you?
Who?
Esther, she can't hear me at all.
She can't.
Sandy,
No.
what's that picture you sent me?
That is a close-up of Tom Cruise's eye. It is a full hexagon.
What?
What?
That's the picture that Theresa sent. I zoomed in.
It's got a hexagon on it?
It's a full hexagon. Brian,
I didn't even notice that.
What the heck?
Do you see it?
Can we see that picture?
Yes.
Let me look at my own picture. I didn't even look at it, guys. Okay. Let me look. Oh my God. I didn't even pay attention to that.
You had to zoom. Yeah, if you zoom into the eye, it's a full hexagon.
Again,
Let me look.
the picture is slightly compressed because it's sent from.
Oh my God. You're right. It is a hexagon.
You can clearly see the pupil as a hexagon here in this picture.
Oh, guess who's texting me right now, guys? Mark Fewings.
Oh, I thought it was your boss.
No, Mark's on the. Should I tell him to come on?
Yeah, he wants an invite, I'm sure.
Can you join us? I'm going to text him. What do you want me to tell him for you?
Brian, he doesn't have Hangouts. Remember, you have to get him on through Messenger.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I have to get him on through Messenger, don't I?
I said, hey, can
Yeah.
you join us now?
I'm
I
not
don't
a
know
clone.
if he knows we're live.
Patrick Roberts on our timeline said I'm not a clone.
Well, he knew. He knew he was going to be late.
My thing doesn't crash here because we've got 4. Hang on, we've got like.
He said, if you like. Yes, definitely. Yes.
I'll head out so that way other people
you're
can also
fine.
call in. So,
You're fine.
but I just want to throw those to you out.
No, you're fine.
How do we get him to come on? He wants to come on. Mark does.
Mark?
Hello.
Yeah, Mark Fewings. He said he can hear us now.
Hi. I hear someone.
Mark, you there?
Can you call in the phone number?
I'm here.
He's there.
There you
Susan.
are. Hey, buddy.
Oh,
Hey,
What's
Bo.
up?
hi.
That's fucking one.
Hey,
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mark.
Mark,
We're,
we miss
we're
you,
on the
buddy.
phone.
Happy birthday to the group.
Happy. I don't know how to
Mark.
sing a happy 1 anniversary song. I don't think there is one, is there? Happy 1 year to my group. Happy 1 year to my group.
Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you.
Just like that, yes.
Happy
Aw.
anniversary to Hunter and all that stuff.
Just say
Mark.
reality residue hunter.
Guys, wait. Mark, we're on the phone with Esther Anders right now.
Oh, say hi to Esther, Mark.
Yes, and we're live.
Hi, Esther. I
Hi.
have you on my TV. I have you streamed to my TV.
Then I'm on the phone sitting. Sorry, I can't hear. My son's talking to me.
I have you streaming to my TV. So,
Every time he talks, you talk. Can you go out of the room?
Okay.
Ben, ouch.
Hey,
Anyway,
it's okay.
he decides right now.
Esther, if you gotta go, because I mean, you gotta take care of business with your little one there.
Yeah, there's
Right.
some little rambunctious at the moment. So I'll definitely keep listening to the show.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think
Awesome.
I'm a clone now. I haven't heard that song yet.
Oh, I
I'm
love
gonna have to
that. I
listen
love
to that,
that. I think I'm a clone now.
What? I think I'm a clone now.
It's a Weird Al Yankovic song.
Oh, I don't listen to him no more. That's too many years ago. I used to listen to him.
All right. Well, listen, it was nice having you on, Esther. Thanks again, and we'll talk to you again.
Esther, and I'll see you in the group.
I won't be able to be around tomorrow because I'll be at work, unfortunately.
Hey, Esther, I have a picture to show you later on. I want to text it to you.
All right. Well, don't work too hard. Okay.
All right, I better go because he's starting to get really rambunctious. So.
It's
Thanks
okay.
for calling.
Thanks again.
Thank
Bye.
you,
Bye,
Esther.
Esther.
Bye, Esther.
Bye, Esther. Love you.
Right.
Bye, Esther.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello, Brian.
Yes. Hello. Hey, Mark.
There's our caller.
Mark.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? You send me the phone number with the area code, and I'll ring you from here.
You can do that? Heck
I'll
yeah.
try. It's going to cost me a fortune, but you'll be able to hear me better than you can on my phone.
No, don't make it cost
Oh,
a
look at
fortune.
that.
No,
We can
don't
hear
do
you
that.
fine now. I can hear him fine now. Can you?
I can.
I can hear you fine, Mark.
Chat, can you guys hear Mark on the phone?
Yeah, let's
I
ask
can
the
hear
chat. What are they saying?
Lower.
Nothing.
Yeah, I listen back to myself. I can hardly hear myself.
The volume is a little bit low, but we can hear you.
Can you turn it up, Ryan?
Ooh.
Did everyone in the chat hear Mark Fewings? Mark, say something.
Hello, everybody. Hello from the UK.
Wake Up News says the sound is good.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, just talk a little bit louder than just to be safe, Mark. Talk like me. I'm always yelling.
Okay. Everybody in London can hear me if I shout down the phone.
Hey, Mark.
I always talk loud. My
Mark,
father used to be hard of hearing, so I had to always yell.
Mark, every time I hear your voice, I keep thinking to myself, you know, the Lucky Charms. They're always trying to steal me Lucky Charms. You know, I love.
Oh, ask him to say it.
Can you say that?
You're always trying to steal my Lucky Charms.
There you go.
That's funny.
Use are my Lucky Charms. So sorry.
Yeah, when you
I've been out and about all day looking for books and whatever. So I'm just back in, and so yeah, let's
What have you been talking about? It looks like it's a Star Wars day.
And I'm going to the library when the show is over, and I'm going to be at a Star Wars party. And I'm excited, and I'm going to look for Residue, guys. I'm going to be looking for Residue when I go to the library later.
I'm looking
Star
up,
Wars theme.
Can I ask you a question, Theresa?
Yes.
Is there anybody from Star Wars going to be there? Any of the cast?
No. It's basically like a May the 4th be with you. Again, I keep saying that all during the show. They're going to be showing different movies, from the different movies from the first one all the way to now, and the different rooms, because they have places like conference rooms. They're going to have people dressed up in costumes. They're going to have probably pictures hanging everywhere. And they're going to have arts and crafts, and they're going to have a food truck set up. So I'm going to be keeping my eye out for any residue that I find. So I will be taking any pictures as I see anything that looks interesting or gets my attention. And I will be posting that later on once I get home tonight. But it's going to be like a whole theme party, basically, a little bit of like activities. It's more for the kids, but the adults are invited too, and it's free, except if you want to buy any food at the food truck. But it's going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to going to, and I don't have no idea what I want to wear yet, since I don't have a costume. Probably just regular clothes.
You know what might be a good idea, Theresa?
What?
Yes.
Suggestion. If you have, can you record film or video clips on your phone?
I think I can. Yes, I'll just have to make some room on my phone. Yes.
Hey, guys, I do want to mention.
I've been wanting to do this for a bit. Go around recording someone and ask people not live, but record and say, what do you remember? Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father, and see what.
Yes, that's a good idea. I can do that.
Hey, by the way, guys.
Good idea. I'll try to do that.
Just a little tidbit of information here.
Thank you with loads of all these, people who are really know Star Wars. I guarantee they would be Luke, I am your father. Be great.
Yeah, the events. By the way, the event starts at 11 o'clock my time, which is 2 hours from now.
Well, we have just so you know, just a little tidbit here. You can look up Star Wars events near me on Google. And I'm showing today in Huntsville, we have Lego Star Wars event at Barnes & Noble from 1 to 2.
Wow, you should go, Brian.
I'm going to go. I'm going to totally go.
But if everybody goes to any Star Wars events today, definitely take pictures and videos. That's what I'm going to try to do when I leave out of here. Definitely, I'm going to have some residue and videos.
Hang on. What were you saying? Mark?
Can I say
Mark, go ahead.
I'd like to say thank you to Rosie, Rosie, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I'm just looking at the comments. Thank you very much indeed.
Aww.
Thank you.
Rossi, the green thumb.
I'd just like to thank people who subscribe to me and my subscribers. She's just yeah.
Yes.
And she's joining from Dublin too, right? Well, I'm in the UK and I am from near Dublin. Thank you very much for subscribing.
Aw. Brian, do you want to mention Mark Fewing's channel while we're on the air? His video channel, YouTube channel too.
Just stick it in the comments or something afterwards. It's all good.
Are you sure?
And you know what? I have another device. Let me go live on my other device. What I will do is go live on my other device, and I'll leave a comment from my actual YouTube channel. So anyone here in the chat can subscribe to my channel via this comment I'm going to leave, and it'll be up under my name, Mark Fewings.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll unhide it when he posts it.
I'm talking to you through another phone. Too many devices.
Is Brian still with us? Because I'm talking to him and he's not hearing me.
Brian, what happened to you? Hello, Brian.
Hello.
Is he okay? Brian.
He's not near. We hear you.
Did you fall into a black hole?
I think I did.
He was in a galaxy far, far away. Welcome back to reality, Brian. or
Actually,
whatever we have going on here.
I got flushed away for a minute. Okay, sorry. I'm back.
It's okay. I was going to say, if anyone goes to an event today, that pictures from that event would also count for the contest in the group.
Oh,
Well,
man, I want to find...
My pictures are going to be to show everyone, but I'm not in the contest, but I still want to share whatever I find today, Sandy. Okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Definitely going to have I'm going to have my phone ready. I'm looking out. Trust me.
I can only imagine the pandemonium at the costume rental shops.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
All right, guys.
Hey, Brian Stavely said I fell down the well, Timmy's well. I love it, Brian. Brian, you're funny, man.
He found you.
How about we take another call, Brian?
Yeah,
yes.
Brian Stavely, we'd love to hear from you if you'd like to give us a call.
Yeah, go ahead and call in, Brian.
Audience, want to give us a call? We can take
Brian, if you want to call in, come on, call in.
There's the number. Sandy posted it.
There you go.
Refresh the screen there, Brian, so you can see the new comments if you can.
It's on a 20-second delay. I can't control that. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is?
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
The Black Sheep researcher says, get Brian Stavely on.
Yeah, Brian Stavely, come on, call, dude. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, come on, Brian.
You're up next on The Price is Right.
I know you want to talk about Star Wars.
Oh, he says maybe in a few. I'm outside. So, guys, anybody want to make a phone call? Come on in.
Give the number out again, Sandy. The number, what is it? 850?
It's in the chat. 764-1552.
764-1552. Anyone is welcome to call in. You can talk about, if you want to talk about the Star Wars, which is actually the theme today, as you guys know by now, or if you want to talk about a music change or even a personal effect that's happened to you. Lord knows I've had my share of them in the last 2 years, and yeah.
Brian.
There's some exciting news for people who live in the UK. You have the Comic-Con is coming up the end of May towards
wow.
Going into the beginning of June. I think it's in London. So Comic-Con, the London Comic-Con. So it's not as big as obviously the American ones. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around with a video camera and see as many stars as I can. I'm going to see if I can get them to misquote every line from every movie they ever done.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to see it, Mark, if you get videos or photos from that.
Yeah, and I also wanted to get you that photograph of what's his name, Tom Holland from that place as well. I'll get that for you next week.
Awesome, thank you.
Spider-Man, the Spider-Man.
But do you remember Brian? What was the Mandela effect for that one for you, the personal one? Brian?
Yes, which one?
What was the Mandela effect for you for the title of it? Into the blank.
Hey guys, Brian Stavely's going to join the show. So anyone in the chat, why don't you just come on and give us a phone call?
Yeah, we're waiting for you to call in.
I think the Mandela effect in that one is into the Spider-Verse or into the multiverse, I think.
Oh, you remember it too? Let's ask the chat what they remember.
Okay,
Brian?
Let's ask the chat. Was it into the Spider-Verse or into the multiverse? I remember into the multiverse.
So do I. What about you, Sandy and Mark?
Multiverse for me.
Multiverse, good.
This is a strange one for me. I remember that movie coming out online about a year ago, right? And I didn't even bother looking at it, and then it just disappeared. And I think it was called Into the Spider-Verse then. Whoa. And then it disappeared, and then it hit mainstream, and it came back. But then again, I don't know if it went back in time or forward in time or whatever.
Yeah, I don't recall either, because like there's this Pikachu movie that I've seen like the previews for that.
Oh, that's driving me.
I saw previews for that a year ago, and it's just now coming out to theaters.
Yeah, that's right.
Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu. He's Deadpool. Have you noticed on the posters? Here's something that I don't know if you noticed on the posters. On the posters, Pikachu's tail is half black, but it's the bottom half is black rather than the top half is black.
Yes. It's like brown. Yeah. Yeah. Eva from Once Upon a Timeline found that a while ago.
Yeah, I've seen a few posters now with different ones. I've seen a completely yellow tail, and now lately I've seen the bottom, about 3 or 4 inches of the bottom part of his tail has gone black, like as if it's flipped from the top of his tail to the bottom of his tail. Wow. Just things to see. Ryan Reynolds, though, he's great. He's brilliant. He's perfect for that role because it's a comedy version of Pikachu, isn't it?
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, I like Ryan Reynolds.
I keep looking for his black tip on his tail, guys. That's driving me crazy. You know?
Do you know?
Or is that Pokemon? Wait. I get confused. Is it Pokemon or Pikachu? I don't know how I get them confused.
Pikachu is a Pokemon.
Pikachu is him, and Pokemon is the thing, is whatever they are.
Pikachu is a theme?
Yeah, wait, hold on. Brian, wait, Mark, let me explain this to her so she understands, guys. Wait,
I'm sorry, I feel stupid now.
Pokemon is equal to animals, and Pikachu is equal to horse.
I presume, no?
Do you understand? A horse is an animal.
A horse is an animal, okay.
A Pikachu is a Pokemon.
Oh, okay. So who's the one who's supposed to have the black tip on his tail?
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
And he doesn't have it now.
Correct.
No.
But he had black on his tail at one time. Black tip.
Yeah,
many remember it.
Brian, that you done a live video about a year ago where you saw someone in a supermarket and she had a little toy with a Pikachu with a black tail. You done a live.
Do you still have that?
It's somewhere on YouTube.
Yeah, I just happened to come up on my pop-up on
Pikachu toy. Let me see if maybe I can find one. Pikachu toy?
Yeah, let's see if we can find that. Theresa,
all right, let's all race. This is a race. Let's see.
No, guys, we covered it on the show. Fizzy's hi, Fizzy. Fizzy's in the chat.
Fizzy, hey Fizzy, why don't you call in?
Yeah, Fizz, call in. The number.
Yes, please call in, Fizzy. I would love for you to call in.
So,
come on, we'd love to hear from you.
Fizzy sent me Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a Pokemon who mimics.
Hello.
Mark, wait, let me explain this. Mimikyu is a Pokemon that mimics other Pokemon. And when Mimikyu mimics Pikachu, guess what? Mimikyu has
he mimics him with the tail.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I have a video. What?
You do know that the small Pikachus or whatever they're called have black tails. The children of Pikachu or whatever his name, they have black tails.
I'm trying to find a picture with the black tail.
I've got it right here. She has a toy. This is
You got one?
This is somebody I interviewed at church, and you can see there's a Pikachu black stripe.
No way.
Have a wonderful afternoon out there. Hope everybody is having a great
This is one of my older videos.
We have beautiful residue. What is your name, ma'am?
Mary Joyce Moore.
I don't know if you could hear this.
Beautiful residue. This is not painted on. This was like this, wasn't it? We're looking at Pikachu. He's yellow, got the red cheeky cheeks, black tip ears. You want to describe that? He's got brown stripes, it looks like. 2 brown stripes, and then what is that there? Another brown stripe at the bottom. In this reality, he's missing the black tail on the end. But this is residue. You see this? Where'd you get this toy?
I got it for Christmas from foster care. So I don't know exactly where they got it, but they just gave me a bunch of Pokemon.
Yeah, you see, it has the black straight stripe. Now, I know this is weird, but I remember it being a zigzag stripe, kind of like. But that's fine. It's got the black stripe, and that's what matters. And you can see up close that.
You guys see that?
Yep.
Wow.
I remember that.
You know, there are characters in the Pokemon that are the smaller versions of Pikachu the kid versions that have the black thing on the back, but that's definitely Pikachu. That's a great find. That just popped up on my news feed yesterday. So I might hear that later on if you don't mind, but it's in the media at the moment, just to get it out there. Stick your stuff in it, stick your description in, and see if you get a few more hits on it. Look, if I
could find some residue.
more hits on that. Wow.
That's hard residue to find, guys. I'm trying to find some.
Yo, what's okay, Busy Bop has the black flag. What you mean by that? She got black flag with skulls. What does that mean?
Where? I'm looking in the chat.
If you look below where it says Wake Up News, post the number. Come on, Fizzy Pop, we'd love to hear from you.
Yes, please call in. Sandy?
Yeah, I'm here.
See if you can get her to call in.
I'm trying to see how, well, I can't make Fizzy call in.
No, but send her a link.
Fizzy, do you want a link? If so, say yes in the chat and I'll send you a link.
We would love to hear from you. She'd be awesome.
Has anybody noticed that when Hollywood or whoever makes these movies or remakes of movies, that all these Mandela effects seem to come out at around the same time? So, for instance, you have the Sonic the Hedgehog movie is coming out soon, and he's all blue in it.
Oh my gosh, it is?
There's a Mandela effect going around where some people remember him having skin and not being blue. There's another one there, obviously the Pikachu one, which now is out. And then with the Star Wars, when they were remaking Star Wars, the more effects happened to C-3PO with the wires and his black hand and stuff like that.
Wow.
Also, they're also making Back to the Future 4. I'm not sure how far they're in it at the moment, but then there's so many residual and effects towards Back to the Future ones, like the one we were looking for the other night with the gazebo and the part on the DeLorean where it was never there before. So maybe it's a connection, maybe it's not. But I think Hollywood have got their hands in this Mandela effect big time because they all rub shoulders together.
I agree.
Yep. And have you ever noticed how Looney Tunes, like when you type in looneytunes.com, TOONS, it'll redirect you automatically to Looney Tunes, TUENES?
I haven't done it, but I will try it.
Try it real quick. Like any of the Mandela effects that are running around out there, you can type in the address and it will autocorrect.
Wow. Yes, I've noticed that. I'll be like trying to find something and it's like, nope, you got to go back that other way. And even when I do the quotation marks, it keeps wanting to change it. It's crazy. It's like it knows.
Yeah. Can anybody quote the famous line from The Matrix? What if I told you that none of this is real or something like that? Can anybody quote that?
I have it on. I have that on book here somewhere actually.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What?
I do. Down here. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I have the Matrix box set right in front of me. 1 second. The magazine. Let me see. The Ultimate Matrix. It won't say it in this anyway. But yeah, what have I told you? I remember that, but that's disappeared. I've also got the full one, the architect's speech, which is very, 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 very long. I'm not going to read it for you, but there's some words in that have changed as well. I'm not too sure, but I just have a feeling that some of the words have changed in that as well. Let me see.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Let me see.
Oh, Mark can't see what we're seeing.
Sandy, look at.
Hey, Fizz.
I've officially joined the dark side. Can you see me?
Yes.
Yes, we can see you, Sandy. We can see you, Fizzy. Nice.
Darth Vader.
What? That's nice. Beautiful. It goes along with our whole Star Wars theme, today.
Yeah, May the
Definitely.
4th. I actually remember no Luke, I'm your father, but that's just me. I'm a weirdo.
No, I remember no. Luke,
Yeah, because he's like,
I am your father.
Obi-Wan told me you killed him. He's like, no, Luke, I'm your father. And he's like, and then he falls.
What?
Yep.
You never watched the movie, Theresa? It's exactly how it happens.
It's been a long time since I've seen the original one, Fizzy. A long
Oh,
time.
but it's the holiday. You're supposed to binge them all.
Okay.
What about Darth Vader's white nose? Has he been snorting something that he shouldn't have been snorting?
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
But Darth Vader used to be all black, and now he's got a white nose.
Silver nose. I see it as silver, yeah.
Brian said it's going gray, and I said because of old age.
And he's got the silver dots on the sides.
Yeah.
He's getting old.
We're seeing this trend with silver with C-3PO's leg.
Wow.
Oh. I hate how they made his arm red just to make fun of us in the new movie. I never watched it.
I had a photo there with let me see, where is it?
And he's also got black gloves.
Explaining something about why he had a silver leg.
He's got black palms. His palms are black.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, his palms are black now. Just let me read you something. C-3PO was fitted with this mechanical droid, a mismatched droid, plugging something after because it was after the Clone Wars. So that's.
Oh, hang on, we got a caller. Let's see.
It's Brian Stavely.
Okay.
Oh no! Hang up.
Hey, caller, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hey, Brian,
Hi.
what's up, man?
Hi, Brian.
I was having trouble getting in on the Hangout, so I just called in.
Hi, Brian. How are you?
Hey, Brian.
What's going on?
Where's your research taking you lately, Brian?
I don't know. Probably, through a lot of new Mandelas, I try and look at, kind of like a bigger picture of what's happening here. But I mean, we're all just trying to figure it out. So I don't think it's really taking me anywhere too different than everywhere else is. I don't know. What I want to know is when you go to these Star Wars things and events you guys are talking about, do you think you're really going to see people wearing a C-3PO costume with a silver leg? And if not, that's what you need to ask them. You're like, what's up with your costume? Why is it all gold?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Because, like I said, I'm going to be going in a few hours, and I am definitely going to be looking out for all gold legs.
Yeah, they're going to have all gold. There's not going to be people walking around with a silver leg. If I went to get a C-3PO costume, right, like, how they have the really, really nice ones, like they wore on the Big Bang Show and these other places they have residue?
Uh-huh.
Costumes are a lot of money, right? Imagine you went to that one, and it had a silver leg. You would think it was a defect. You wouldn't even buy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm real excited about going to this, and I'm hoping I will find some residue, guys, to bring back to you. I'm hoping.
Hey, Sharkticon Call says, no, it says, sorry, I can't read.
I just call him Sharky.
C-3PO's earrings drive me batty, he says, and he's got the Matrix port thing on the back of his head. What do you guys think about that?
What?
Really? I have to see the back of his head. Can you pull that up, Brian?
I want to know what his earrings look like. I want a pair.
Yeah.
Who's got a
Matrix?
What the heck?
C-3PO, Fizz.
He didn't have earrings.
Earrings?
What? Yeah, I want a pair.
It's funny. I'm searching C-3PO earrings, and there are actually earrings with his head on it.
Oh, I'm sure.
No way.
Because you said earrings, I'm looking at C-3PO earrings, so thanks.
Sorry, Fizzy.
Fizzy, you want a pair of those, right?
Oh, he does have a USB port on the back of his.
No way.
Yeah.
That's new.
Wait.
Never mind.
Wait, I was gonna say a USB port like 20 years for USB.
Yeah, well, it does look kind of sketchy, but I don't see anything on the back of it.
I'm going to send you 2 photographs, Sandy.
Okay, wait a second. I think I got one with something weird on the back of his head.
What?
but I don't know if it's all of them or if this is like a.
I just sent two photographs there, Sandy. One has a portal on the back of his head, yeah. It's a
Thank you, Mark.
And let's not forget about his antenna. He's got this weird antenna on the top of his head.
Oh, they all have it. Yeah, I don't like this.
Yo, when did he get earrings?
Have they not done enough to ruin him?
What the
Oh
heck?
my gosh.
When did he get earrings?
He don't got earrings. Stop.
What?
Where's he got earrings? You're freaking me out.
Zooming in on it, Brian.
He's got little circles on the bottom of his.
Can't see.
Where ears would be, where our ears would be. Hold on.
No way. No way.
No way.
Those aren't circles. They're like Frankenstein things. on
That's
his
new
neck,
then,
right?
guys. Right? Isn't that new, Fizzy?
I don't know. I will not consent to earrings. I don't
Brian,
see no
do you
earrings.
remember Brian S? Do you remember him having earrings on his ears like that?
What's that picture you sent, Sandy?
Wow.
I just sent you Mark
He keeps
Ewing's
changing
images.
though. He has that thing on his chest now too. They used to have it on R2D2. Like I remember them having to take off that restraining bolt that he had on him, so like they couldn't wander off from those sandy bolts or whatever it was. But now C-3PO has one as well on his chest.
That's
Yeah, it
new,
looks like-
right? The bolt.
Wow.
See, I saw it as a
These things. When did he get these earrings?
What?
yeah, that's weird. I don't
Oh,
remember them at all.
that's got to be new. Is that new? Anyone help us?
It has to be.
Maybe
Brian, where's the Star Wars guy at? Damien.
No, those aren't.
more like a woman.
Those are like Frankenstein things. Those aren't earrings.
Yeah, he's got those yellow eyes now.
Frankenstein bolts.
Yeah, the yellow eyes are wrong. I have residue of the white eyes.
His eyes are yellow now?
Yeah, there's the back of his head.
He never had no black eyes.
Yes, he did. I have white eyes right here.
I remember the white eyes, guys. Do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna send the white eyes to Brian.
Now they're yellow?
But he's got the bolts on his neck.
Was that there on the back of his head, you guys?
No, I do not remember that on the back of his head. It was smooth.
I'm not sure about that one.
That's crazy.
All right, Sandy, I'm gonna look at your picture.
It's just the white eyes.
I sent you two pictures, Sandy. I sent you two pictures there. Of the
Yeah,
back of his head.
the first two images are Mark's images, the drawings,
And
the second two are the images of the white eyes,
and how about the fact,
Wow.
you know, the
like your profile picture has white eyes.
I was gonna say, didn't they make a toy that says "Luke, I'm your father"? Star Wars
That was an ornament, yeah.
Christmas tree ornament or something.
Eyes, Hallmark?
I have that on the book. Luke, I am your father. Where is it? Let me send it.
Oh
to
yeah,
you.
there's the golden leg residue.
Oh.
And he's got that thing on his head.
Which thing? Oh yeah, the director hat.
No. The first image, you can see the circle on the back of his head. There's the white eyes
Oh, the white eyes. Yeah.
on the bottom. There you go. And the next one's white eyes. There's another image at the bottom.
It looks kind of girly. They made him look like a girl with his earrings. Or
Yeah.
Transgender,
Oh, gosh.
man. They're trying to transgender everything. Yeah, that's one I have from a long time ago. Them two. That's from one of them computer books. He looks totally different.
Wow.
I've loads of them. Let me find a Luke, I am your father picture.
See, wait, there's something new there that I need to point out.
Mm.
Oh wait, never mind. That's because it's an ornament. Never mind. Ignore me.
So the one that's on, yeah. You're about 20 seconds behind me on the screen. There, I've just sent you a Luke, I'm your father one from a book.
okay, I'm looking. I haven't received that one yet.
No, he sent it to me. I have to send it to you. Hold on.
So he can send it to you. You just do what you do, and she pass it on to you, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's already on the way to you now.
All right.
So Brian S. Have you
Yeah.
noticed anything
I have
new
a hard
recently?
time hearing on this phone connection, so just stick with me if I say what. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Just asking if anything new's developing on your end. Anything new going on? Huh?
What you doing? That's what she asking.
Any news developing on your end, Brian?
Oh, he's got
No, I
Suso.
can't hear you, Brian. I can't hear Fizzy or Sandy like at all. It's really hard.
Oh no!
Can you guys hear? You guys can hear Brian?
We can hear Brian. Yes.
Can you hear them, Brian?
He sounds
I
good.
can hear Mark kind of, and I could hear Theresa when she talks, but it's really hard to hear Fizzy, and Sandy's voice is kind of in and out. But I don't know. It must be the phone connection.
Well, no, Esther had a hard time hearing me too.
Going on screen at the moment. I found that in a book. Luke, I am your father. It's only a kid's book, but it still has this famous saying in it. It's from Darth Vader and Son.
That's good residue.
Yeah, I think someone that's in your Residue Hunter group, Theresa, knows the person who wrote that book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I posted in your group and my group a long time ago, and someone said that they knew the person that wrote the book, that done the images for the book, and I was trying to get hold of them and see, well, where did they get the Luke, I am your father from? But they never messaged me back.
Let me do a search and see. How long ago did you do this post?
He said about a year ago.
Oh, wow.
In the beginning.
Probably, you know, but do we know?
I don't know how I would be able to find something like that.
You type in Luke, I am your father.
You know how many of those are going to come up, Sandy?
Computer, so I could call in on Facebook instead of this phone connection.
Luke.
I'd have to create a new group with you and Mark, but yeah, we could do that.
Just get on Hangouts.
Just come on in Hangouts. Can you come in? Can you come in? Hangouts?
He can't.
I'm trying. It's not letting me in.
I'm doing a search, Mark. All right, in the group. Let's see what we got here. You said 2018?
Why don't I hang up? Why don't I hang up and me and Brian will create a group together and ring you together, Brian?
Yeah, do that, Mark. Create a Facebook call and add me to it. I only got like a half hour. I'm interviewing Suso at 2, but I want to talk to you guys, but I can't.
Oh, I love Suso.
I'll talk you to a group, and then we'll call in together, all right?
All right, I'll hang up and then add me to the group. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Hey, Mark, I'm looking for the post. You said around how long ago?
Teresa, he's not on the phone. He had to hang up.
About a year ago, maybe.
Oh, I found it.
He's there.
Mark, you have to hang up. Mark, you have to hang up so Brian can call you and Brian.
I got it. Hang on.
I think I found it.
I gotta get the right Brian Stavely because he's got it. He's got several.
It's Brian Stavely backup now, I
That's
think.
the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll ring them both.
Mark Fewings, where are you? What else did he say about the book? Because I'm looking right now.
It should be calling.
Someone in the comments said they know the person who wrote it.
Hello. Is that better?
Yeah, way better. I couldn't hear anything on the phone. I couldn't hear Fizzy at all, and I could barely hear Sandy. I could hear you, Brian, and sometimes Mark.
Can you hear
Brian,
me?
can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You have to shout a little bit for them to hear us online as well, though, I think.
All right, I'm going to say from now on, Brian S. Brian S. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I hear you perfectly now, besides the fact that my dogs are now going insane. But yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can do something. I want to try to boost the volume.
I also want to mention while Brian's doing that the phone line is open if someone wants to call in. And we could talk. You can talk with Brian Stavely, Mark Fewings, and Fizzy Pop, as well as me, Brian, and Theresa.
Yeah, why don't you pass them the number again? Wake up.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, Wake Up News. That'd be great if you could do it too.
Can I give you a little bit of trivia on the famous line, right? So James Earl Jones on the day had to record 3 different lines for that scene. He was given 3 different lines. Luke, I am your father. No, I am your father. And Obi-Wan Kenobi was your father. He read out the 3 different lines, so he couldn't record it for anyone before the movie came out.
I found it. I found the book.
How could Obi-Wan be the father?
I found it.
That was just something that it was just to throw everyone off, so he couldn't say to anyone, "This is what it's going to," because secrecy.
Sandy, I'm sending you something.
Different lines, and he wasn't told which one was going to be said. Weird or what? I have it on one of my books somewhere. On one of my hundreds of bloody books somewhere.
But if you watch the prequels, wasn't Obi-Wan flirting all over his mom? So he could be the father.
It's just that I read it. The way don't believe everything you read, but apparently he was given 3 different lines to read for that, so he couldn't go out because apparently he's one of them kind of people that will go out and then spoil it for people. Tell people like the ending. The way they're all in secrecy, so they record different lines for different scenes. So you can't say,
there's somebody. We got a caller.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. Oh, hey, what's going on, guys? This is Blah.
It's who?
You guys hear me? Blah, blah,
yes.
Tuesday.
Oh, hey, blah, blah. How's it going?
Blah, blah.
Good. Okay, so the one that got me real recently, I don't know if you talked about this. I just got in. Was Rod. What's his last name? From the Twilight Zone.
Rod Sterling.
Sterling.
With a T?
That's what I remember. 100%.
You might want to look it up.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty old. That's like one of my first.
That's one of my
Mandela
first makeup
effects.
calls. Yeah.
Wait a second. This one, it's Rod Sterling with the T is what I remember, and now they're saying it's Rod Sterling, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my wake up Mandela effects.
Oh man, I thought that was just like big news, like mirror, mirror. I seen that and I was like, what? It blew me away.
Oh my God.
I guess it's not new then, huh?
It's not a new one, but that's still a good one,
Yeah, I thought I was breaking something out that was new.
It's okay. Every time I bring up a new one, it's like someone else's. Oh man, that's an older one. Theresa and Sandy stay on the brink of these Mandela effects. So I don't know if you want to share any of the ones that we're going to share tomorrow, but we could certainly break open the ice if that's what you guys want to do. Talk about some newer effects.
I mean, if you want to, it's up to you.
It'll shorten our list for tomorrow.
We need a show for tomorrow, though.
Does anybody find that once?
Plenty.
Yeah, I know, but what does anybody find that you look up new effects and sometimes it says it's new, but what's new for one person might not be new for another,
Exactly.
Yes.
But that's why it's awesome that we come together and we talk about these things. So, are there any other ones that are heavy hitting for you? Blah blah.
Like right now, like that one, you would have thought that with how much, I kind of pay attention that I would have noticed it before. And now that you mention, maybe it didn't affect me until I don't know, a couple weeks ago. That could have happened. It's just such a bizarre, thing that's going on with the whole Mandela effect.
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you something too. Blah blah. So you remember his name definitely being Sterling 100% too, right?
Yeah, that's why I thought I would have noticed it before because it was a complete shock to me, like Mirror Mirror or some of the other ones. But yeah.
Let me ask you. Do you remember him having sort of a unibrow?
Yeah, something to that effect. Yeah, something going on there.
If you look now, he doesn't. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, I told my brother about Ed McMahon, and he's like, oh yeah, he used to do the publishers clearinghouse. And I'm like, no. I'm like, he did. He's like, I remember that. And I'm like, no. And then my brother looked at me and like, I was like, dude, you gotta go look at this stuff, man. I go, it's pretty crazy. He's like, I don't even want to know, bro. he told me like, I don't even want to know. Wow. So he was like, you know, some people don't want to open up Pandora's box, so to speak, when it comes to some of that stuff. You know, exactly. Like they kind of know somewhere, you know, deep down that something's off, and then they really do not want to face reality when it comes to the Mandela effect.
Yes.
That's what I kind of noticed.
Yeah,
like
well, what's weird is, speaking of the Twilight Zone, do you remember the very first episode of the new Twilight Zone? Did you see it?
I'm kind of like, I like the whole black and white, like, you know, just
I do too.
How bizarre. And I mean, Rod, did Rod write all those episodes, or was he a major contributor, right?
He wrote a majority of them. He didn't actually direct them, but he did write them. I think he had something.
Well, I mean, I mean, just the whole plot line to the episodes are just so bizarre. It's like wherever he's pulling, you know, this stuff out of his imagination or whatnot. It's just you know, I don't think there's any writers in today's world that actually. I haven't seen anything where somebody can just put that many episodes together that are just that, you know, where it freaks people out that much. It's just, you can still watch the Twilight Zone in today's, you know, in today's, you know, world, and you're just like, whoa, you know. It really does still blow me away. I still really watch Rod fairly work.
It hurts my head to look at it now. Like I can't even look at his name the same anymore.
Yeah.
But
it hit me pretty hard this week. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things. I just looked past it or I didn't acknowledge it. But this week I was just like, what the F?
I'm so surprised that you didn't see. There's been many videos made about it, and recently Recall Vector did one on it. I'm surprised you didn't see it.
You talking about the wordplay episode?
No, I'm talking about like Sterling. He did a video of Rod Sterling is now Sterling.
It was totally Rod Sterling. You know, I know it 100%.
So do I.
Just like I know Rubik's Cube was Rubik's with an X.
For me, yes. Same for me.
Yeah, I remember that was Nick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but do you think these things?
Somebody else can call if you guys want.
No,
and then,
real quick.
I'll catch up with you guys. Go ahead,
real quick. Sorry, blah blah. Do you think that these things are random, or do you think there's a code that we're supposed to decode and find out? You know, something more.
So Brian, I love your channel. I love the girls. I love all the research you guys did. But I do watch other channels. I watch Brian Stavely too. But there's another guy out there that I don't know if you guys watch. I kind of want to drop his name, but I don't want to be rude. You know, like kind of.
Go ahead.
But SMQL. I don't know if.
I love him.
I love SMQ.
Me too. I was just on his channel the other day.
I kind of think that.
Is that the guy that dresses like a rabbit?
What's going on? You know, you know, he's kind of what's kind of going on is I don't know if you caught up like where he's got the CIA like stuff that came out, and then it kind of seems like it's touching home like a little bit more. Basically our history and our future can be changed, and a lot of it has to do with how does he put it? He speaks very eloquent. I'm not you know, I haven't but I would follow his channel and kind of see what he's got going on, because he blows me away with some of the stuff he's got going on. It's basically like the CIA admitted to this stuff.
Yes.
And, you know, and it kind of comes into like magic too. I don't know if you know like when you kind of get into magic. I mean, like not, you know, magic of the hands, but the other kind of magic. It's just highly emotional, emotionally charged, and people's conscious can actually change things when it gets into quantum physics. There's a lot of things that like quantum physics actually, that the act of you actually participating by watching changes the outcome. So that means that our conscious actually has an impact on objects. You know, and you start getting into this thought of how this works, it might be kind of how this is coming about. You know, maybe, and if our government, you know, not just ours, but all of them, if they know this and they've known this for years, there's no way they're not using this to benefit them. So it might tap into CERN or whatever. I don't know exactly how, you know, who's doing what, but he actually had a show where he was, the last show I kind of caught, I think he was talking about like, our governments might actually be trying to, kind of change something, and when they try to change something, another entity comes into the picture and stops them. And then it was kind of into aliens. I mean, it's just, when you start ripping open this box, this Pandora's box to this, you know, it's just like, you know, how much do you really want to, you know, take in? But to me, it kind of seems like he's going down the path that kind of makes the most sense to me. You know, that's what it's all about. It's like, what makes the most sense, you know, to the individual.
But to me, the Mandela effect has always been the mother of all conspiracies, because this one you can actually prove.
Can I just say something on that there? What you were just saying about, you know, things changing and stuff like that. I think on what you said about, you know, your reality, making reality and stuff like that. I think as a collective mind, as a collective planet, we're on around the 49 to 50% of believing our own beliefs rather than believing what the government is telling us to believe, and I think that's what's happening. So once you get over the 50%, once you get over the 50%, that becomes the true reality, and they're afraid because their true reality is to become, you know, one with everything and have an abundance of everything and not have to pay for everything that they want us to pay for, like fuel, like tax, like everything, because that's what they're all about. They're all about money and flesh. Once it goes over the 50%, then that becomes reality, and they're just trying to hide that, I think, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you know what? That might be it. You know, I mean, that's the way I kind of look at it too. Is I mean, I don't want to get into religion, but a lot of times I kind of think that organized religion and politics are there for the rich people to basically control the other people. You know, and then the people that are at the top, if they figured out kind of how this works, they're going to want to keep their narrative a certain way, and they're directing it to everybody. And then some of us just are not falling for it, and we're just like, wait a second, this is wrong, you know, and everybody else kind of follows along. And then you got frequencies that come into play. You know, frequencies have and vibrations. I meditate a lot, so this whole thing is like full circle for me in some of this stuff. Not everything I can actually like. I don't really talk about this. I don't talk about this to anybody. So a lot of this kind of like vocalized because I haven't really talked about it before. But it's just there's a lot going on with some of this stuff.
Well, thank you very much for opening up, man. That's what we need. We need people like you on the show to come in and talk about stuff like this, to get people open and you know, talk about it. I do think about maybe 20 or 30 years ago, it might have been about 40% that the people believed, okay, we can do what we want to do, but the government owns 60%. At the moment, we're probably up around 49, maybe 50%, and they're using fear to hold us back, and using all this false news, fake news, holograms, whatever you want to call it, Project Blue Beam, this, that, and other, to keep our consciousness down and not evolve into a race where we can manifest what we want. You know what I mean? Have everything in abundance. Yeah. Because there is a switch you can switch and just press it, and everything is in abundance. We shouldn't have to pay for everything. I should be able to give you, if you're hungry, I should be able to give you a slice of bread, and you should be able to give me a piece of a bit of sugar. Free trade, but it's not free trade. The government run everything. And they
you can't collect rainwater. You cannot collect rainwater where I live. Why can you not collect rainwater? Is that not just a control mechanism? I mean, of sorts, right? I mean, they can say whatever they want, but that's a God-given gift is water, especially rainwater. It's coming from the heavens. If you cannot collect rainwater, you seriously need to look at your political system. I mean, that is beyond bull crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just a touch of it. I mean, it just keeps going down, down from there. I mean, yeah, it's getting pretty bad with the government. So I live in California, and I'm about ready to move to Wyoming because I've had enough of it. I'm about ready to retire and just get away from all these people and this craziness. Because it wears on you after a while. Just how nuts California is with their control mechanisms. This place is insane.
It's not only the governments. I think it's the big companies as well have jumped in on this as well, because they're thinking, okay, if it goes that way and there's abundance of everything, we're not going to make money.
Monsanto is one of the biggest nightmares alive. Like they're controlling. I was watching another channel where you got all these farmers, right? And they said if something happened, they wouldn't even be able to feed themselves because all these farmers, all they grow is corn by Monsanto. So they can't. These seeds don't even reproduce on their own. They're not heirloom seeds. So, and then these farmers don't even have their own little gardens. They all go to the grocery store too, and all they grow is they all grow the same crop, corn. So it's crazy. They're doing it to where these corporations are setting it up to where they're making everybody dumb and nobody's going to be able to take care of themselves. Like our grandparents were some of the smartest people alive. They could grow a crop, jar it, and keep it for years, and then everybody's got this immediate Amazon, mentality and grocery store mentality where everything is just like, it's like some magical thing, where food comes from, and nobody understands the process anymore. It's just people are getting to where they're getting dumber and dumber by the day. And I'll tell you my biggest fear is human beings. It's people and how dumb that they're getting. It blows me away.
There's one thing I have to laugh at, right? Okay, so you get bottled water, okay? Yeah, but water comes from a spring. Water is free. You stick it into a bottle and you put a sell-by date on it. You know what I mean? Why don't we stick it into a biodegradable bottle it'll last forever? Do you know what I mean? Or they stick it into some.
Well, the other thing is that they poison the water. You got a lot of the places I'm looking to buy property. They frack the water, so these guys can't even water their cattle. The water's poisonous. So I want to go someplace where there's grassroots. People still have a brain because where I'm at, they don't have one. They're all about immediate gratification, and nobody has an idea how to even. They couldn't take care of themselves. None of them. I know. I know. That's what's going on. People are forgetting how to take care of themselves.
Yeah,
I swear, it's bizarre world to me. I'm like, oh God, I can't do this anymore, man. But I'm gonna get off there. I got a sandwich I gotta eat that somebody made for me. You know what I mean? Speaking of hypocrite, and I'll catch you guys on the air. I appreciate it. I love all you guys, man. Enjoy.
Blah blah. It was nice having you on, man. Thanks. Thanks again.
Thank you, blah blah.
Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Thanks very much for opening up, man. That was great, man. Fair play. That's opened my eyes a little bit. Yeah, well.
He was really telling it like it is, man. That's awesome.
That's what we need.
We got to be alive in the spirit,
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, Brian.
Yes. Yeah, Brian.
I'm going to have to fly because I'm live in an hour and I have to finish getting ready for the show and I have to eat lunch and stuff first, so I really have to go, but maybe next week I can come on for a while or something.
All right, Brian. That sounds great, man. We'll
I
talk
gotta
later.
go, so.
Are you coming live again next week?
What? Next week?
Next week.
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'll try. If I'm awake, I work Friday nights late now, so. But if I'm awake, I'll ring in.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah,
Good luck on the show, Brian.
My channel, I'm going to interview so at 2 p.m. Eastern. The link's in the chat. So
All
thank
right.
you guys.
Yep.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, Brian.
Cheers, man.
See you, man. And guys,
See you later, man. Bye-bye.
feel free to go ahead and you see that link Brian posted there in the chat? That's the link to his live show at 2:00. So don't forget to click and like and subscribe. Brian's really awesome. He presents a lot of information.
I've listened to loads of his show. He's got some great content in his show. It opens up a lot of people's minds. It's definitely one to listen to. All right, definitely.
And Fizzy, you have to go too?
No, I just said I'd stop by to watch.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I said I
had
had
to go.
to on Suso.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you said you had to go.
Oh,
That's
he always
good.
picks on us. You see him in the chat.
Brian and Theresa and everyone, Sandy and Bob, I'm gonna have to go too. I'm gonna have you playing in the background, but I'm gonna have to try to sort out my device for tomorrow. See if I can get Hangouts on it, so you can hear me properly. So a few bits and pieces to do. I'll send you a few photographs if you want to pop them up. But I'll have it on in the background. But I shall see you tomorrow evening. All right.
All right,
That sounds great.
Thanks for having me, and happy anniversary to your group, Theresa.
Thank you. I'm excited. I've got a lot of stuff to post today. Later on, a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Okay, I'll talk to you on the flip side or in the next cartoon. I'll see you later. Thanks.
All right,
See you in another galaxy.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.
So does
Sandy,
anyone else want to call in? What were you going to say, Theresa?
I was going to ask, what time is the show tomorrow? So I'm ready.
Oh, I guess we'll tell everyone in case they are not in your group and didn't see the post.
Yes, exactly.
Our normal Mandela Effect show will be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Cool.
I am putting the phone number back in the chat if anybody wants to give a call in.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we can get Scarab to call in?
Probably still sleeping.
Yeah, he probably
Wake up, Scarab!
We stayed up.
That'd be cool.
We stayed up till like 7 in the morning and just chit chat.
What?
And I just woke up and saw you guys were live, and I'm like, oh, I should just come in as Darth Vader and
You've been
troll them.
sleeping that long. What time did you guys finish last night?
The show ended at 3, and then I left.
What?
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way. Did you guys start late?
Yes.
Yeah, we started about 11:30, and then the phone lines were just like bang, 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 bang. And it was like, you want to give everybody a turn, so we stayed until 3. But
I said hi in the chat, Fizzy. Did you see me?
Yes, I did.
I did. I said hi, and I stayed in for a little bit, and then I left. So I figured I would say my highs to everybody. And that was pretty weird about the molasses flood. I think Brian spoke about that a while back, didn't you, Brian? About the molasses flood? You mentioned it?
Yeah, there was a molasses flood.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, isn't molasses really slow? You really couldn't get away? Like,
I'm running in slow motion.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of. I'm like, it's like
I'm stuck.
oozing, right? Like,
that's crazy.
Oh, wait, we have to talk about something else. What's tomorrow? All you ladies out there, what's tomorrow?
Cinco de Mayo. Oh, no, that's...
Wait,
oh,
hang
yeah,
on.
it is.
Yeah,
I thought Mother's Day. Is it next week, Mother's Day?
No, Mother's Day is like the 12th or something.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I was about to say. Okay.
Mothers.
Or we have Cinco de Mayo. Let's not forget.
You want to talk about the history of that one?
It's the Mexican Independence Day.
Okay, that's good.
It's been horribly Americanized with margaritas and crazy hats.
Oh, that's
they've already drummed Taco Tuesday in my head, so every Tuesday I have to get something taco-y.
There's nothing wrong with Taco Tuesday.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
So, Fizzy, do you have any new effects you want to talk about? I know you talk about a lot on Dan's show, but do you want to talk about any new effects or mandanimals? I know you love your mandanimals.
Oh,
Dan never showed your animal last night.
Well, let's show it on this show then. You want to do it, Fizzy?
Come on, Fizzy. Let's show it.
Come on. The floor's all yours, girl. Go for it.
How do I send it in?
Send it to me and I'll give it to Brian.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me find it.
The floor's all yours.
Tonette sent this to me on Facebook. It's kind of like, it's alive, but it's more like I don't know how to describe it. It's just this mass.
It's like
like
veins.
It's gross and it's alive and it's wiggly and I don't like it. I'll send it to you, Sandy.
Okay.
On Facebook Messenger because I don't know how to.
That's okay. I'll go to Facebook.
There you go. It's like a man-plantimal.
What?
Half animal, half plant.
Brian, I am forwarding it to you on Facebook.
That's a word now.
A man plantable. That's a new one.
There was another plant that was moving like it was alive too. I can't remember what that one was called.
Oh, is it like a Venus flytrap or?
No, it was like some kind of weird seaweed, but they took it out of the water and it was still moving around on the ground.
What?
And everyone
Yeah,
was
I've seen that.
poking at it with a stick. It was so weird.
Oh, I think I've seen that. It was like, it looked like a bunch of lines.
You find an alien life form and you poke it with a stick. Like, seriously? What are you thinking?
No, the best was last week when you showed the frog.
Oh,
I wanted to kill those people. Oh my God.
He was so scared. He was screaming like a little newborn baby.
Yeah, he puffs himself up and screams to scare off people, and they're sitting there like poking at him, and they have a dog there that's scaring him. The poor thing's crying like at the top of its lungs to like, get away from me, get away from me.
Oh, there it is. He's got it.
There it is.
They're saying it's an alien life. An intelligent.
It keeps growing.
Oh my. Sorry.
Scientists are calling it the blob.
The blob.
No way.
Where did they find it, though? They don't say. They're just like telling us all about it. Where did it show up?
Size has no limit.
So Fizzy, this thing is like, you know that sea worm you found?
Uh-huh.
That's huge, that is made up of many organisms. That's what this thing is.
So they're saying it will just keep growing forever?
Yes.
It looks like the inside of my bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
I thought it looked like scrambled eggs.
Well, you're not wrong.
I see veins.
It's whatever you think it is.
But that looks crazy. It's like a wave.
What is it doing?
It's growing.
Yeah, but I know. But did they invent it to like eat plastic or clean up something? It created a railway network in a few hours. Like, how does it stop growing? I don't like it.
Oh, but they said it's aware of time. It can retain and transmit information.
What?
It has no eyes, no neurons, no brain, no nervous system. So it can't feel pain if we attack it. Awesome.
The form of intelligence that exists outside.
Well, you know what you do with something like that, right? You kill it with fire.
Yeah, it's all. I feel a little better knowing that it won't feel it. Actually, yes. You don't want to hurt it, but if it can just grow forever,
it's a little scary. Yeah, Pamela S. in the chat says, so it's sentient. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's a little disturbing. Why don't you show your squirrel?
Which squirrel?
The real squirrel from last night.
The squirrel on Mars?
Yes, the squirrel on Mars.
What?
Okay. Well, you know how they say that Mars is filmed somewhere else?
Yeah.
They found somebody caught, because you can go on the NASA website and you can look on the face of Mars and, you know, it's interactive, whatever. Somebody found a dead animal behind a rock on their NASA thing. So it's obviously not
dead.
On Mars, there's an animal on Mars. I mean, life.
Well, it's not really on Mars, Theresa.
Oh.
They're saying that this is obviously filmed somewhere else. So
and if it is on Mars, then it could be a rock.
No,
it resembles.
It's an animal. I don't know. Who do I send this to? Sandy?
No, you sent it right to Brian, Teresa, and all of us.
Okay. There.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat.
Yeah, all you have to do is just click it and you can see right away that not a rock. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a rock. So
Brian.
that either proves that they're not actually filming on Mars,
or there's actually squirrels on Mars. He does have weird paws, very weirdly shaped front paws.
He
What do you
could
think
be
it
like,
is?
Brian, it's in the chat. You have to go to the chat,
Okay.
like in the Hangout chat.
yeah. It looks like some kind of dead animal. It could be like, some people are saying it looked more like a guinea pig. I don't know. I just know that's not a rock.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Enlarge it and show you how to find it. A lot of people are saying, hey.
So I don't want to like copyright. So let me see if I can silence this so you guys can see it.
Just pause it so they can see the. There he is.
Yep, there he is.
And then he'll zoom in and show it in color, and you can tell it's got a face, it's got arms, got tail. They're not on Mars, you guys. See, look.
Look at that. Look at his front paws, though. How weird they are.
How on earth? Okay, so they found it. It's a NASA photo, May 2014. Right.
Ooh. I just got a message from Brian Stavely. He says that animal is unique to Canada. So
What?
they're filming Mars somewhere in Canada.
Wow.
But look at those arms. I can't go over the arms, though.
It looks a lot like an Earth animal, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
But I can't get over those weird arms. They're like flippers almost.
Well, he's dead. He probably hurt his arms and died.
No.
Oh.
Wilson.
More look. Someone Mishka the cat says looks more like a gerbil than a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Brian Stavely is saying that that animal is some kind of gopher that's unique to Devon Island in Canada.
Huh.
Well,
So
let's
that's
look
where
it
they're
up.
filming Mars.
I'm looking it up right now.
Well,
Devon
Canada
Island
would actually make sense
gopher.
because nobody,
Yeah,
there's almost nobody that lives in certain parts of Canada.
Mm-hmm. And it does look kind of.
There he is.
And stuff, they could just dye
You
it.
found it, Sandy?
Yeah, it even says where on earth are NASA's rovers sending pictures from? It's an article. Hold on, Brian. I'm going to put this in the chat for you to show this article.
That's crazy.
Look.
This video, the fact that it's from 2014.
Yeah, and it's just coming up now. People are talking about it.
Yeah, why now?
And he does have those weird paws, just to give you a heads up.
So it's a gopher type thing?
Yeah, this one's it is. I'm going to put the image in the chat too for Brian.
You know what we were talking about this time of the year last year?
What?
The Laurel Yanny thing.
Well, wait. So weird that you brought that up, Brian.
Why?
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I was in the car on the way home from coming back from picking Joey up yesterday. And Hotel California came on, and guess what? It flipped back. It now says heaven and hell again.
It says heaven and hell or heaven or hell?
And hell. It flipped back to and.
No way.
Yeah, because it was or, always. It flipped to and then it flipped back to or, and now it's back to and.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you want to play that part.
What do you know about what minute mark it is?
No, I'll look it up. I'll see if I can find it.
Wait. Isn't it before the part where they mentioned 1699 or whatever?
I'm seeing if I can find a minute mark for you.
Wait, here it is. This could be heaven or this could be hell.
Yeah, or this could be hell, right?
They just said and.
And this could be hell. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
We're back to this again. I heard or.
I heard and.
I heard and.
What did
do you hear,
Fizzy?
Fizzy?
I think it's Fizz.
Fizzy?
Oh, sorry, I lost the thing to unmute.
Okay.
What did you hear?
I heard and.
I heard
Me
and.
too. Yeah, I agree.
What?
I agree.
How did you guys hear that?
Because
Yeah, and.
I heard or.
There's definitely a sound.
I heard
I'm telling
or.
you guys, that's why I'm saying it's funny that you brought up Yanni and Laurel, because I think that's what's happening to this. Because in the chat, Wake Up News says or, but blah, blah, Tuesday says and. Brian Stavely says and.
Frequencies, guys. Remember, it's all about the frequencies we're on, right, Fizzy?
Rossi de Green Thumb, I love my dab, said I heard and.
Yeah, it's what we
Mishka
hear.
says and.
Yeah.
I heard or. Me and Wake Up News are on that, and who else?
Maybe it's a male thing. Maybe males hear something different than the females.
Yeah, but blah, blah, Tuesday's a male, Brian Stavely's a male, and they're hearing and.
And
yeah,
I
but
hear
they just
and.
me because
I heard or. Am I the only one?
I don't know. I definitely heard an.
Jacobian said studio recording is and. Never was. It was always or in my past.
Wow.
And Jacobian says I'm a guy.
That is so bizarre.
So it flipped back for me because it was definitely and. It was definitely or. Now it's definitely and for me now. Brian Stavely says don't identify my gender.
What?
Sorry, he's a pretty manly man, you know.
He's a dude.
Pamela S says your squirrel definitely looks like a prairie dog. She's 20 minutes from Canada.
Oh, I'm about an hour from Canada.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that you can be 20 minutes. She can be from 20 minutes from Canada in Washington.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Well, does it?
Mishka the cat says, "Call me ma'am." Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
There's a movie called Yes Man.
Hmm?
Yeah, I was just talking about yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Oh, Jacobian
Yes,
saying
ma'am.
we should check a live version to see what they say.
Oh.
I think that's a good idea. Brian?
Yeah?
Jacobian says that we should check a live version of Hotel California
Yes.
to see what they sing.
All right, and then we're gonna have to cut it for today. We'll be back tomorrow.
Brian, do you want to check the live version first?
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I said, and then we'll have to cut it for today.
Oh.
Oh no!
We've been pirated.
Hey, Scarab.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Scarab, welcome.
Hey, what y'all doing?
Hey, what's up?
What y'all doing?
They were very impressive.
Hanging in there.
They were
Having
what?
a special Star Wars show and my 1 year anniversary for my group today. Yep, 1 year today. May the 4th be with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, happy anniversary.
Thank you. And Fizzy's here. Say hi, Fizzy.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Fizz.
How do you think
We're all here.
How do you think I pirated this broadcast?
I should have had you come in as like Darth Maul or something.
Yeah, I know, right? It's okay. Cool. Are y'all still on air?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're still on air.
Oh, okay. Wasn't sure if you guys were on air yet. Or still, I was just
we were
got the link.
We were talking about. I was just pointing out that Hotel California.
Mm-hmm.
It was always this could be heaven or this could be hell for me. Flipped to and, went back to or, and now it's back to this could be heaven and this could be hell. We just played it.
Huh.
And
Okay.
Jacobian in our chat wants us to check a live version, and that's what Brian was about to do.
I see. Okay,
This
yeah.
guy has had a question for you the whole time. He says, Scarab, what's the name for a snap on an alignment machine?
What is the name for a snap on an alignment
I
machine?
think he's talking about cars.
Yeah, a snap?
A snap? Like a... Oh, I got Thanos on the brain.
I don't know what that is. I just assumed it
I'm
was
not sure
cars
what the
and sent
snap,
it to you.
what snap he's talking about. I'm
Is
not.
it a brand he's thinking of?
Oh, Snap On. He's talking about Snap On?
Snap on, snap off.
What's the name for a snap-on alignment machine?
I had no idea what an alignment
Is that what he
is.
means? I don't know. Weird. I'm not looking at the chat. I apologize. Well, I mean, first off, there's a bunch of different alignment machines out there. There's different types. There's laser alignment machines. There's the old style, you know, that have more like they just use sort of like a measurement, and they sort of like balance out the wheels and stuff like that. So, I mean, there's different types out there, but
He's
yeah.
saying the name has changed.
The what?
One of the brand names changed. Which one?
Oh God, man. See, no, I would see. Here's the thing: I didn't have an alignment machine in my shop. I used to take that to Firestone to get that done professionally. So I personally don't know a bunch of different alignment machines. I know some different brands, you know, in the industry, but I can't offhand remember what they were. I mean, there's Snap. When he said Snap, I would say Snap On was a brand. Yeah.
SS in the chat. Are you talking about how the logo change that I found? I'm waiting to hear an answer. And yeah, they're just putting Mandela effects in the chat now. John, it's Jim Bean for me, not John Bean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
John Bean.
John.
Okay.
But did you see the Snap-on logo, Dan? That's what I think they're talking about.
Yeah, I did a video about it about 2 years
Did you
ago.
just wake up too?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm still a little foggy.
With the little wrenches in it?
Yeah.
Sounds half awake.
That was yeah, that was my video 2 years ago. I made a video talking about this.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
know. Yeah. I mean,
I just saw it.
People
Took a
are
picture
watching
of
my
it.
old stuff and literally regurgitating it sometimes out there, you know?
Well, no, actually, it was me. I drove past the truck and was like, I don't remember that at all.
You don't remember the wrench either? Oh, okay. Yeah. I saw that about 2 years ago. I made a video and I was like, that was a weird one. And it was oddly enough, I was at the shop. I have a poster hanging, like a big banner, Snap-on banner. And I turned around and I looked at it and I was freaking out. I made a video about it. I was like, dude, there was not a wrench in the S. I don't remember seeing that. That's weird.
Oh, I remember that.
And ironically,
I remember that video.
Yeah. And I I was talking about that, and I just thought that was really weird. And you know, being in the automotive field, and I thought, you know, the ironic part is I was sort of at that point in time, you know, early on in the Mandela effect, I was talking about different concepts and what things could be, you know, and I was for some reason that day I was watching a lot of Dolores Cannon, you know, and I felt like the wrench was symbolic to me because it seemed like it was telling me, hey, I'm like almost as if God was throwing a wrench in my idea. You know what I mean? And so for me, I just took it as, okay, that's not the right path to be on, even though Dolores' stuff, a lot of it sounds very eerily similar to what we're experiencing on some levels.
well, for me, it wasn't the wrench so much because I'd seen the wrench before. I used to work in a machine shop, and the timeline's about right because the company closed in 2016, so I hadn't seen the logo since 2016.
Right.
And when I saw the truck, it wasn't. I mean, the wrenches looked wrong to me. Don't get me wrong, but I'm trying to find the image that I took. The dash, there's a dash, and it's wrong. The dash is wrong.
The dash.
I don't know if you're talking about that.
Yeah, that was another one, piercing the O, isn't it?
Yeah, it's piercing the O.
Yeah, I said it was Snap dash on.
It's going straight through the O now.
Now it's going through the O, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's definitely something with that too. But like, I didn't really look at that. That wrench just blew me away, man. And like, I had a banner in my. You have to understand, I have a banner in the shop hanging above the entrance door as you would come in. Actually, if you go to my Facebook page, you'll see that banner above my head. Eventually, it flew a drone right into it and destroyed it. That's a different story. Don't ask. Anyway, the point is that banner hung. So when that door opened and I drove cars, and I got to see this huge Snap-on banner. Okay. Every day. And so it was really weird when that, I can almost tell you the day it changed, if you go back and look at the video. But it's just, yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was a strange one for sure. Yeah.
And for SS, they remember the dash itself was a wrench for them. They remember the dash being a wrench.
The dash was a wrench? Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Boy, that would be hard. I don't, I'm thinking about like on boxes and toolboxes and stuff like that. I don't know. I think I saw some very weird logos that were when I was researching it. And I don't remember if I saw the dash as a wrench, but yeah, I mean, I could kind of see that. Maybe I could see it being, like a double-sided wrench sort of thing, maybe two. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I had bought a set of tools. I have a few Snap-on tools, but they're very expensive. So I always bought the Sears stuff, the Craftsman, and I had a lifetime warranty on them too. So I would, I was upgrading from time to time to Snap-on various things, but I really, other than the banner, I just didn't see Snap-on a lot in my shop.
Yeah.
I just wasn't. Yeah, I used the Craftsman or other, different tools, but only because, I just, to upgrade to Snap-on, you're talking about thousands of dollars. So I just wasn't. I had decent tools at the time, so I wasn't really ready to upgrade to that, and spend that kind of money. But yeah, I just, if I'd grown up with like holding Snap-on my whole life and that kind of thing, I probably would know a little bit more detail about the logo. But I'll tell you, yeah, the O, I agree with you, and of course the wrench and the S, they're very strange.
Brian, did you find a live version?
I did. I found one from 1977, ironically, the year of Star Wars.
Wow.
Perfect.
So we'll have to listen to this one. This is live at the Capitol Center in 1977.
Wow. I heard or. Thank God.
Yeah, definitely.
I heard or too.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play the original one for Dan since he didn't hear it?
Wow.
Let's see the original one. Yeah, let's see.
The record. Yeah, like the album version that you hear on the radio.
I'm an or. I listen. I know this song.
It was or. Yeah.
Listen, I stayed up. Yeah.
Did you hear Ann?
Yeah, I heard Ann.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that set me back a little bit.
I heard or.
Yeah.
I heard and.
No,
Me too, Dan.
Brian, it's just you and Wake Up News. The two of you are
you
like
guys
on
are
a different plane.
Yeah.
Outnumbered.
Shifty.
I'm on a different plane.
Now listen, here's the thing, guys. This song for me, I'm not really huge on like lyric changes. I mean, I can remember some of them, but the thing is this particular. Okay, this is the day. Okay, this song, I stayed up and played this song. I must have played this song. Oh, I don't know. This is when I first figured out I like music. Okay, and I had a record player and I was listening to it, and I couldn't. Like this song probably is evil as hell, and I don't realize it. But when I was a kid. I swear to God, I listened to this song all night. I couldn't sleep. I just kept listening to the song. And it was like the first time music took me to another place. You know what I mean? Now, whether that place is, yeah, okay. And I'm telling you, I must have listened to this thing 50 times, and oh my God, but I memorized this whole song. And yeah, it was, this could be heaven or this could be hell. And that's the way I totally remember it. So now I hear and, so that's really freaky.
Yeah, this is the second time it flip-flopped. It was or, then it went to and, then it went back to or, now it's back to and.
That's crazy.
So to me, the message to this, guys, is really simple. This could be heaven and this can be hell. So it's kind of telling you it's what you make of it.
Yep.
You know, it's what you decide, what path you decide to take. That's why I keep telling everybody this Mandela effect is about choosing your path. So I think that this is very significant. That's a very good change. Good job, guys. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks. Was just looking here. Does anybody remember the name of the giraffe from Madagascar? I know it's a little off topic, but it's could be a Mandela effect. Does anybody remember the giraffe's name?
I would need options.
No.
I've only seen
Oh my God.
Madagascar a couple times.
I
And was
love
a
it
long
when I
time
can
ago.
remember stuff.
Anybody in the chat know the name of the giraffe?
Anybody?
I never actually watched Madagascar. I know it's right up my alley with talking animals. I don't know. I just missed out on that one.
It is so up your alley.
Well, they totally messed up Bambi. Did you know that, Scarab?
Yeah, I told them about Bambi.
Yeah, Bambi's got a little scares on.
What's up with Bambi?
Bambi's eye color changed. He's got blocks on its back.
Oh,
red
yeah.
hair
Yeah, I saw
on its
this.
head.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about Bambi, the claymation Bambi one, or the just Bambi in general?
Bambi the
Disney.
cartoon?
The original
Disney.
cartoon Disney, yeah.
Oh.
He's got squares on his back instead of fawn spots.
Oh, I'm thinking of Rudolph. Get my deers wrong. I'm sorry. My bad. I had to cop out to that one. Oops. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you now. All right. Well. Yeah. I remember you guys talking about that, and I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me. I don't really remember, but I'll give you the squares. They look a little odd. You know.
In some images, it looks like a spine. Like it legit looks like a spine drawn on its back. It's so weird.
Okay, so the name of the giraffe was Marty.
And what do you remember, Brian?
It's hard to tell. I don't remember it being Marty.
Marty the giraffe sounds legit.
Why do you guys watch so many cartoons? I don't understand. You guys are my age. I don't really get it.
3 little kids.
Oh yeah, well that's okay. Well there you go. You got an out, Brian. Yeah, okay. That's probably why I missed out on all these cartoon ones. Everybody's always talking about the cartoon ones. I'm like, I guess I missed out on all these cartoons growing, with the kiddos. Well,
yeah,
but,
and I had a stepson who was 8, so I saw Madagascar with him.
Wow.
Well, have you seen the new TV series, Scarab? Have you seen Twilight Zone, the new one?
I saw the first episode, I think, that just came out that they gave for free.
Yes, it's strange in that episode that the guy is pointing to the bar and he's looking up at the sign, and didn't this used to have an apostrophe? It's kind of like a little small inside joke for the Mandela effect community, I guess, or what do you call it? An inside reference?
I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I remember, and I thought there would be more after, it was kind of in the beginning of the show, and I thought, how many more of these are there going to be, and it wasn't quite as Mandela as I'd like it to be, but yeah, that point was really good. I saw that. I saw people making reference to the Mandela effect with the apostrophe. That was good.
I wish they would make more episodes related to the Mandela effect.
They may. You never know.
We're looking for a series, some kind of TV series or movie.
Remember what happened to the movie we were supposed to get on the Mandela effect?
It was going to be last
2000.
Pamela S is in the chat, or was. She talked to the guy back and forth, the director.
Yeah.
So the movie was supposed to be released last year, and then we find out the director got married. So I don't know what happened after that. He was going to.
David Guy Levy, and I thought that it was going to be released in October of last year, and it never. I never saw it. They have the cast and crew, they have everything, but there's nothing out about it. So I'm like wondering where it is. Unless they just need more funding to release the movie, I don't know.
That's what I was going to suggest. Maybe they ran out of funding.
Yeah, that's very possible.
I'm friends with him on Facebook, guys. I'm trying to reach out to him.
It's directed by David Guy Levy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Brian Esther wanted to let you know that Marty was the zebra and Melman was the giraffe.
Wait, what? Melvin? Melvin?
Melman. MELMEMAN. Melman.
Esther's got kids. She would know too.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's actually a search for Melvin the giraffe.
But the giraffe's real name is Marty now?
What?
It says Melvin is one of the main characters in Madagascar. He's a giraffe who's somewhat of a hypochondriac. Yeah, I remember that.
So
Maybe it's a Google error. Could be a Google error.
Maybe.
When you look up the... Now that's strange because I could have sworn it just said Marty and it had a picture of a giraffe. I'm not lying.
Interesting.
And of course, now it's not there. Does that ever happen to you where something changes like that?
Very, very rarely. I did have a man. I swear, I counted this thing over and over. I thought I counted a 52 star flag on my phone. I thought I saw the picture. I showed my dad. I was like, Dad, I captured a 52 star flag. I seriously thought it was there. And when I went back and looked at it after my dad looked at it, and he looked at it, he didn't count the stars, but I went back and I looked at it again, and I was missing two, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's like one of those things where did I just count wrong? Did I, and I kept questioning myself. Like, I swear I went back and checked my, I checked myself pretty good, and I thought I saw what I saw, but it wasn't that way anymore. So, it's one of those things like when it changes, you're just like, well, did my mind just play tricks on me or something? And so anyway, thought I had some evidence of the 52 star flag, and I was excited. I was about to literally go online and tell people, hey, look what I found.
No way.
I mean, stuff changes on Theresa and I all the time.
Well, the stars, I could have sworn the stars were perfectly lined up with one another, but now they're kind of, they're like laid out like bricks.
Hey, Dan?
Yeah.
Do you experience watching residue change in front of you? That happens to me quite a bit, and Brian and Sandy both know that I experience real-time changes and like literally looking at pictures changing.
Mm-hmm.
That happens to me a lot, and it freaks me out, guys.
There's been a few cases, a few times, like I was saying with the 52 star flag, and then there's been a few documents I was researching where I could have sworn when I looked it up, that's the reason why I had it still tabbed out. Go back and look, and it's like it's not the way the change I was looking for isn't there anymore. It's the current way or whatever, and it's just it doesn't happen much.
Broadcast.
The what?
The Bluetooth broadcast where we were saying the opposite of what we were saying when we recorded it.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, yeah, we did one on Bluetooth, and it was like everyone was saying, I could have sworn everyone was saying at the time it should be BLUE. Okay. And so at the time I could have sworn we were looking up evidence for BLUE. And then a week went by, and it literally like everyone flipped. And I was like, we were arguing amongst ourselves, and we were saying, wait a minute, no, I thought we were looking up BLU. I'm like, no, we were saying it should be BLUE. And I'm like, who are you guys? I'm like, so some of us believed it was weird. This is like, is this some sort of scarab Tower of Babel incident that's taking place right now? Like, we're having different memories, and shifty things are going on. So I went back and looked at the broadcast, and it's bizarre. It's like I'm like, I don't even remember being that. It was like me, but saying it in reverse. It was very weird. I don't even like to talk about it. It creeps me out.
So it might have been another version of you from another reality.
He was reading comments. He was reading comments from the chat room saying, "Oh yes, you agree with me," but he was saying the opposite of what the commenter was saying.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
It's really weird. Yeah, it is really weird, y'all. There's been times, and of course, I've had people come up to me from time to time and say, 1 second.
dog.
I know. And say 1 second.
Hold on. Okay. So yeah, I had people come up to me and tell me, sorry, just interruptions. That hey Dan, I remember your video, but when you were talking about JCPenney, for instance, in the beginning, you said that it lost an E, and I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm like, I've always said that JCPenney was PNNY. They're like, yeah, but you don't get it, dude. I was literally, I looked up the evidence after you made your video, and everywhere I looked, it was PNNY. And I went, no, it wasn't. You got to be messing with me, dude. What? And so then I vetted his information. I said, okay, well, look, all right, you're making this claim. I can't. Obviously, it's not that way now. So how do I know you're being legit? And he just said, look, he goes, I work as a paramedic. My wife works for a senator, and we are, and I got 3 witnesses to this, right? And I talked to them all. And they all claim that they watched videos of mine that were literally in the reverse. And they were freaking out because they said they remember JCPenney growing up PNNEY. For them, it was a flip-flop, right? It went no Y, or no E, I'm sorry, PNNY, and then it went back to PNN EY.
Oh my God.
No way.
Yeah. So
that's creepy.
Oh my God.
So that's just one of those weird situations that happens and you don't know how to take it, How do you deal with that? You don't know for sure if they're being honest with you. You just assume, you hope. But later on, me and the guy, we became friends. We talked. I was even invited to his wedding. So,
Oh, wow.
if it just turned out a guy that was really trolling me, why would he spend so much time?
What if we went to the wedding and he's like, "What wedding?"
Well, I hope not. Yeah, that'd be a little strange. No, he's actually witnessed a lot of stuff. He's actually seen a lot. He's got some incredible pictures of contrails and things like that are being made by orbs. Absolutely, 100%, guys. It wasn't a plane. And he's got some weird pictures of planets and stuff that are very strange, And so it's one of those things that you don't know what to do with. You just have the information. He also recorded all these rainbows before the Mandela effect, the double rainbows and stuff like that were around his area. And by the way, this was seen worldwide. It seems like everyone was talking about seeing double rainbows.
Yeah, and now that's all you see.
Yeah,
I've seen double rainbows before, guys, here in Las Vegas. It was weird looking.
I've never heard of double rainbows until recently, like in the last few years.
I never saw them as a kid.
Me either.
I never saw them. There was only big single rainbows.
I'll have to look on my phone and see if I still have the picture. I think I might.
I don't know. Starting in like 2016, I have not seen a single rainbow since then. They're all double. And I see 10, maybe 20 times more rainbows than I ever saw growing up.
Yeah, double rainbows are really bizarre.
They happen so much more often now than they used to. For me.
Hey guys, I just want to say we got time for one more caller. If somebody else would like to call in right now would be a good time. You get to talk to Scary Performance as well as Fizzy Pop and Theresa, myself, and Sandy. So please feel free to call in. Wake Up News, would you post the number, please? Yeah, this is a call-in show, so we want to have as much participation as possible.
Yeah.
I'll put it in because I don't know if Wake Up News is still here. The phone number's in the chat, guys. 850-764.
Do you remember, Sandy, that viral video about the guy in the park? And he was like, double rainbow all the way.
Yeah.
He was like sobbing. Yeah. It's so beautiful. And then after that guy, they started appearing everywhere.
Yes.
So it's like they were prepping you for it.
I agree. But I thought he was on a cliff.
I don't know where he was.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was like a meme. Everybody was making fun of it, the way he was acting. Oh my God. But yeah, after that, it really was after that.
Oh, I see a picture of the Snap-on truck. Did you want me to share that?
I mean, if you want to, it's just showing the dash. The dash really bothers me, especially because like the website doesn't have a dash in it. Why not?
Well,
If
not
that's
just the
the way-
dash, but the wrench. Where did the wrench come from? You know?
Oh, we got a call. Brian.
All right, let's see who it is.
Ooh.
Oh, hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
I'm well, Brian. This is Jacobian.
Oh, hey, Jacobian.
Hey, Jacobian.
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
I can only hear you, I think.
You can't hear them?
Hello. Are they saying anything? Hello.
Guys,
Yeah, we
say
are.
something.
Good morning.
Hi, Jacobian.
Hi, Jacobian.
Hello there. All right, yeah, I can hear everyone. Great.
Hello, Brian.
Oh, and Mark's here too.
How did you get in here?
I just heard there about. I just put it back on, and there was something about double rainbow. I've just sent you a clip, Sandy, of the double rainbow guy was taken about 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, the one we were talking about. Thank you.
Mark, have you met Dan?
I've also sent you just 2 pictures of an American flag with 52, maybe 55 stars on it, with the red stripe underneath, and it's also on the North Pole land map that doesn't exist anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Brian, I'm going to forward this stuff to you.
Yeah, I just sent it to you just because I just tuned in for a second, and there you go. Anyway, enjoy. I love you all.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Brian, I'm sending it to you on Facebook.
Did he hang up?
Brian, if I could ask a question for the panel.
Oh.
Yeah. What's the question? Yes, I can hear you. What's the question?
So it seems like we all have varying degrees of experiencing this effect. So I'm wondering, some seem to just have the memories of the way things once were, and while others have, like myself, I've bothered to take notes or do tracings and actually catch changes in the act. And I'm just wondering if anyone else has basically experienced the same. I know Theresa mentioned her residue shifting on her.
Oh, God, yeah.
Seeing new effects by documenting the way something currently looks, and then maybe weeks, months pass, and then they see a change.
Yes.
Yes, we just did that on our show last week.
If you remember correctly, when I first woke up, I had done a post. I don't know if Dan was around then when Brian and I did a post and showing like about 20 boxes of Fruit Loops, and it actually said Fruit Loops on the boxes. And I think the day after I had showed Brian this, and the whole post had changed, and all the little boxes changed to say FROOT. I freaked out so bad. And Brian, do you remember that? And I don't know if Dan remembers that. It was a bunch of little boxes of Fruit Loops. That's when I had just woken up.
Yep. I remember Dan, he would share his experience with Guy Fauqes, that they had a box of cornflakes, and it used to be cornflakes with a K, and then it switched back to cornflakes with a C, an actual physical item in their possession in their pantry.
Wow.
Unfortunately, that is true. That is
physical matter in their possession.
Yeah,
change on that.
That's absolutely a true event.
A real box.
Yeah, when Scott brought that to my attention, I went out there and looked at it. And I said, "Well, I got a box of cornflakes. Let me go look." I was triggered by the fact that it was a K, and I told him, I said, "My box has a K." And then the same box, I hate to admit this, about 3 months later, something like that, it flipped back to a C, and I said, "Well." Bull crap, I still have the box. And I went back and the exact same box. I hadn't bought a new one yet. Those are some pretty stale cornflakes, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh, my God.
I picked the box up and there was a C on there. And I absolutely 100% remember physically holding a box with a K on it. And so now it's different. And like that one right there, there's certain ones that really get me, and yeah,
oh my God,
that's one of them right there. I don't claim that everything's changing because I can't, but there's times, okay, and moments where things happen, and it's really strange.
And that's the thing. Most people, I think most people are just working with their old memories, I think very few of us have actually seen an item change in their possession. And when that happens, like you say, yeah, you know, everything, this is for real. This is absolutely happening. This is impossible, but here it is in front of you. How do you deal with that? How do you process that? And
well, it's weird.
My experience.
Well, there's a lot of K. There's see what.
I had Oral-B toothbrushes in my possession. Like, I had a package. And so that one stood out to me because everyone was talking about the dash merged in with the B. It used to be a separate dash. And so I knew what to look for. You know, I know to look for tilted letters, letters merged. Nothing else was merged on the Oral-B except that dash. And again, like months later, I was looking up something else, researching something else, but the Oral-B logo also came up. And the R and the A were merged together. And they're lowercase R and A, and so the merge is like this really strange, jarring, abrupt connection. Like it's this hard line from the R to the A, so it's very obvious. And the first thing I did is like, I got to check, you know, the packaging, my toothbrush in my cabinet, and it was changed. It was supernaturally altered. It's not like someone snuck in my bathroom and, you know, swapped out the packaging, swapped out the toothbrush. And so what's odd is that I went back and looked at old videos of Oral-B. With Brian has one of them. He has an Oral-B video. And Brian loves to call out. I know it's about Brian. He loves to call out whenever there's the R and the A connected because of Ra, the sun god. Yep. But in that video, he doesn't call it out. And so I don't think for him at the time either that they were not connected for him at that time when he's making that video. And you can see in the comments that people say, "Oh, the R and the A merged together," and so you'll see other videos too where people call out the same thing. They witness the same thing with the R and the A merged together. And I don't know. To me, it makes it indisputable.
I
would
see a lot of RAs.
I would say that
it is now.
interesting.
Yeah, it's everywhere now.
Go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry.
What's another one? Lane Bryant? Is that another one?
Oh, don't even go there with me. That's my store.
Jacobian, did you watch our show our last live show?
Which one? From how long ago?
I'm sorry. Our last live show. Did you see that?
I saw some of it.
Okay, so then you probably missed when I talked about home goods.
No, I did see the home goods one too, yes.
So you saw the home goods, the O changed.
Yeah, and you talked about TJ Maxx as well. There's that weird, the X's overlapping, but there's like this weird cutaway now where the X's overlap.
Yeah, well, is that what you're talking about, like recorded proof?
I remember you bringing those two up. Those are the ones that stood out to me, home goods and TJ Maxx.
Yeah. Because that's the best example I have of something changing. I mean, I have another one, but we're showing it tomorrow.
But yeah, it's something that you're aware of changing, basically, not before your eyes, but from day to day at least.
Yeah.
Now, I have not had one change before my eyes except digital items. Like I've had, there was that change a while back with Lisa and the Cold Jam. They're in like an 80s band. And so to me, they've always been Lisa and the Cold Jam. And now the is mixing, there's Lisa and Cold Jam. It's very strange. But when I did the research to look at it, when I was typing it out, you type it out in your phone, you know, and it gives you the Wikipedia suggestion. And on Wikipedia, it was still saying Lisa and the Cold Jam. I said, oh, wow, this is good residue. But the instant I clicked on it, it was just Lisa and Cold Jam. And so it's a change right before my eyes in a way, but it was with a digital item, so it doesn't feel, you know, as tangible as with the Oral-B.
Yeah.
But it's still very peculiar. It's still just a weird thing to experience.
Well, I wish we could analyze the font style and see if it's the same kind from, let's say, Xbox 360 or just Xbox in general.
Xbox, U-Haul, and Oral-B were all on my radar because of the dash merging in with the letter next to them.
Well, can anybody identify that font style? That's the question. Maybe it's the font that's affected, or maybe it's their own proprietary font. But
I was going to say they usually do. They usually use their own font.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, U-Haul did have a dash, and so did Oral-B and Xbox.
So, if Dan is still there, because he talks to Scott, Guy Fawkes, a lot, and Guy Fawkes is one of the guys who has done videos where he saw that physical change right before his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the Dick staple rub, that the K magically reappeared. It was Vic VICS, and the it went to VICKS right before his eyes. And so I don't know if Dan has detailed conversations with him, but I always wondered, is it like a blink of an eye that it changes, or does it kind of do it like a fade in?
Well, for Scott, it was more of a, and I'm only speaking from what I know. I don't know about that particular event, but as far as with the Bible changes and stuff, what he saw was the wording on the Bible. The wording on the Bible changed, just merged to red, and then there were changes made. So the interesting thing is the red text is typically Jesus speaking. So that's interesting that the text would change it to red. And then, and of course, there were changes after that. So that's what he said. So I think it's just a fading in and out. Is the way I would describe it. Also, I'd like to note something. There's been a lot of changes in the Mandela effect regarding a K. Okay, a lot of K changes here and there, and I believe that the K signifies, which is interesting. It means 1,000, and that's really interesting in the Bible too, because it signifies the 1,000-year reign that's supposed to be coming soon. So anyway, just thought I would point that out.
Yeah, we're due. We're near the end of the 6th day prophetically. If you counted prophetic days 1,000 years, we're approaching that millennial time of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And assuming the calendars are correct, I guess around the 2030s, 2030, Jesus died when he was 33, around 2033. If I doubt that's the precise year it's going to happen, but probably in that range is biblically speaking is when it's due. And I'm not Christian or anything, but I know a lot about the Bible prophecies, and that's the first thing I thought when I first was aware that this effect is real with Chick-fil-A and Through the Loom. I was kind of giddy, to be honest. It's like, this is biblical signs and wonders. To me, it's exciting. And I'm still not a Christian, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't, put myself in any religious category.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's truth to it. I think it's obviously got my attention. But whether or not I'm supposed to convert to Christianity and accept him as my savior, I'm not sure about that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is unique. This is fun stuff. For me at least. I know some people are creeped out by it, but I think if I'm a Christian especially, I would be very excited. This is what the Bible said was going to happen. There'd be signs and wonders.
Mm-hmm.
And if this isn't signs and wonders, I don't know what is. And I don't know
remember they said
other than more obvious Mandela effects.
be careful though, because they said it'd be lying signs and wonders.
Not anymore.
I agree. But I think that
it's signs and lying wonders.
Oh, that's right.
I think that mass deception has always been here. The Antichrist has always been here.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, that's what we're looking into. And it's just weird because, the Bible changes. Look, I've been to church. I did my thing, and then kind of sort of walked my own path for a while. But it got real for me when the Bible changed, and then I had too many people come to me and say, and profess that they remember the Bible a certain way, and so then I realized that okay, this is something on a spiritual order. Absolutely. And that's basically what I focus on. My channel is the spiritual order of things. And I think that, I just think that, this is something deeper than, and I know they want to give you the idea that it's CERN or it's, this or the quantum effect, but I got to tell you guys, it's, I don't think this is man-made.
I don't think so either. No.
Yeah.
I think CERN would love to take credit for it. I think man would love to take credit for what's happening, but I don't think it's them. They may know better, how it operates, and they may down the line be able to accurately predict what will change and therefore takes credit for it as if they did it. But I wouldn't put much weight in that when they do, if and when they do.
On the flip side, they could have opened up something that caused it.
Yes.
They could be doing something to tinker with things too, but I don't think they're the outright cause.
No, I mean, like they did something that opened up a portal, and whatever came through is causing it. You understand what I'm saying?
But here's the thing: there's too much. Like, it's not like a random. The changes are random, but the way they change, there's a pattern to them. So there's like an intelligence behind it. I don't think it's just, there's some weird side effects from tinkering with quantum effects. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
adenosine with a K. You see K changes everywhere. You see double L changes everywhere. Like Sybil Shepherd adding the L, Halliburton adding the L. Like, over and over again, you see these double L's. That's a pattern. That's an
Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's another one. She was double L now. I don't know if she's single L now.
An 11. The double L lowercase is an 11. And you see 11 everywhere. With so many of these changes, you see arrows pointing up. With Volvo, it's an arrow pointing up. With Harley Davidson, the motorcycles, the T in the motorcycles is an arrow pointing up. The Starbucks crown, change to a star. If you look at the void, it's a green arrow pointing up. All these messages.
Remember, though,
a message of ascension.
the Harley Davidson logo. Not only is it significant with the arrow pointing up, the fact that it now says David's son.
What?
Yeah, I agree.
And not Davison, David's son.
Davidson, Harley Davidson.
Yeah, people used to call it Harley Davidson.
James
Davison. Well, there's lots of evidence of Harley dealerships getting it wrong. They seem to remember Davison, not David's son.
David's son, yeah.
Not with the extra D in there. And then you ask yourself, well, who's David's son? Well, that's Jesus. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then just look with all the logo changes. One of the first things I was asked by family and friends is, well, why would they do these logo changes? That's so stupid. And I'm like, but I agree with them. Like, why? What's important about logos? And you look up the word logos, and it's, yes, there's the design aspect of the definition of the word, but there's also, it means the principle of divine reason embodied in Jesus Christ. And that can't be by accident, I don't think. And I've heard Dan point out, too, with Nelson Mandela. It's right in the name of the effect, the man named after. Nelson Mandela, son of man, right in the middle of his name. That's not by accident.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's there's a lot of strangeness going on, man. It's like I said, it's the signs are there.
Is that God telling us, giving us divine insight, or is it
No, I think that for many of us, it's what's in your heart, and I think that those that are seeing the Mandela effect, this is a wake up call for you. It's a wake up call, and I think that people that don't see it, like there's I don't really get into that, but there's people that say, oh, the people that don't see, they're asleep, they're sheeple, they're NPCs. And I'm saying, well, maybe this is really for you. Stop looking at others. You know what I'm saying? Stop pointing.
But here's the thing. So it's for us. We're seeing it for some reason. But everyone else is affected too. They just rationalize.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But they don't have an emotional. Yeah, but they don't have an emotional. They don't have an emotional connection to it. They don't have an emotional reaction to it. It doesn't mean anything for them, whether or not they want to believe it or not. Look, there's people that will agree with it and see it, yet they just turn away from it. And they're like, it's no big deal for me. Why? Why do they do that? Well, like I said, stop worrying about them and worry about yourself and get your house in order. That's what I would say.
Okay, so what would you suggest? That's the thing. I see this clearly. I know it's happening.
Okay.
But I don't know what to do with
None of us know.
Other than share with others, but when I share with others, it's obviously a resounding failure.
Well, none of us really know, and that's why I say take it for. See, we're all wrong. See, what we're trying to do initially, everybody was like, we made YouTube channels. We're like, we want to show this to everybody, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, this is for you. Stop acting like everyone else needs to see it. If you're seeing it, then you need to see it for a reason, and then you need to realize that there's something definitely more spiritual happening, and you need to realize that maybe. You got to look at your life and say, was I always on the right path? And if you're not, maybe it's a spiritual order. Maybe this particular time period right now, this is literally designed for you. And I really do mean that.
Dan, you hit it right on the head. I didn't even think of that. Maybe that is a wake up call for each one of us.
Of course it is.
The ones that can see it, and the other ones are not ready to have their life put in order yet.
How many? Let me ask you this question for real. Like how many of I've been in the Mandela community for 3 years now, and I've talked to a lot of people and a lot of Mandela people. I'm not saying every one of us, but there's a lot of people that were doing things in their lives that were not very good. They were living lives. They were barely living. They were addicted to alcohol, drugs, things like that. And now and I've had these, these messages sent to me like, dude, the fact that you pointed this stuff out really helped wake me up, got me off of doing certain things, got me on a better road. And I'm not saying, oh, you need to go to church and you need to do it. I'm not saying that. There's nothing. The church is it literally in the Bible is described as the harlot. Okay, in this period in time, because they are not teaching the spirituality nature of God the way they need to. So I'm not telling you go there. You're not going to get anything out of that other than the feel good show. So if you want the feel good show, you can go every Sunday and feel good, but you're not going to get the spirituality you need. This is showing you the real spiritual nature of God if you'll pay attention.
Yeah.
Is what I think. This is my opinion.
Well, for me, I don't smoke or drink, Dan, and that's why when you were talking about that you need to get your life in order, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I basically go to work and come home, and I'm divorced and no kids, and I'm like, well, what is it wants me to put in order?
Your
I don't do any
your
of that
relationship
stuff.
with God.
Drink or do drugs or
That could be it.
Your relationship with God.
About it all, and I've just lived my life, and then all of a sudden, the impossible was brought to my attention, and it's changed my life ever since.
How can anybody deny God after looking at all these mandanimals? How can anybody deny God when they look at the position of Australia? Really? You can still deny God? I mean, if you can, you're crazy. I mean, I can't do anything for you, but all I can do is show you, hey guys, look, this is the path, and if you want to get on the path, then fine. And if you don't, well, then when time comes for judgment, okay, when we die and we come, whenever that happens, whenever I believe we judge, I believe there is a judgment of your soul and who you are. If you weren't ready to come back to God, then I don't know what happens. Maybe.
But here's the thing. Yes, I think it's evidence of a grand designer, of God, for lack of a better term. What does that mean, Dan?
What does it mean? What does it mean? Well, why do we always have to assume? See, this is a problem.
The Bible is being changed, and I think the Bible is being changed for a reason. It's probably because it's a creation of man.
Why is?
Do I literally follow that template to the T?
But what do you believe, dude? Do you really believe science? Do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe in the Big Bang? Do you believe that somehow do you believe what science tells you how we were created? I mean, they're full of crap. No, of course. And why is design in everything? The Fibonacci code. It's all there. They'll tell you, if you listen real close, they're telling you there's God. They won't say it, but they're telling you there's God. God's fingerprint is in everything in this world. Look at the beauty that we're seeing in this world now. In some places, yes, it's scary, it's freaky.
The conclusion there's a God, you kind of stop there. It's like, okay, well then what? Because there's a lot of different views on what you're supposed to do with that.
What's wrong with wanting to know who God is and where you came from? Yeah, I believe we're all of God.
That's how I explore now anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't either.
There's so many paths you can go down with that. It's very because I live in a Christian nation. The more obvious, most accessible path is to go down the Christian route.
Oh, the Christians don't have a clue. Correct. Oh, they don't have a clue. They don't know what they're talking about. I mean, look, you know what? I'll tell them. Look, what you guys remember lying? The wolf laying next to the lamb? Really? I don't. I'm like at this point. I'm like, okay,
no one.
Who remembers that, dude? And they'll tell you, oh yeah. I mean, my pastor remembered it, and I was like, oh my god, dude, whatever. Like it was obviously a lie. What should I? Believe me, I've thought about this. Literally going on to church, grabbing the mic from him, and being like, "Yo, here's what's up, people," and telling the whole congregation before they drag me out of there. And I've thought about that, but of course, that wouldn't be good for anybody. Now, would it? It's going to get me arrested. They're going to think I'm crazy, and no one's going to look into the Mandela effect. So the point is like it's not gonna matter. So my main contention is that this has got to be for us. And oddly enough, as strange as it is, I believe God is reaching out to get to know Him better. That's all I'm saying. And what that means, I don't know. And what this means, like, I believe that this whole thing is like, we are in a flux right now and things are changing for a reason. I don't know if it's a 7-year tribulation. I don't know what it is. Maybe stuff was misinterpreted in the Bible. I have no idea yet, but it sure feels like it. I'm going to tell you, my first gut reaction when I saw this, my first gut, when my friend mentioned the Bible changes to me, I said, my God, we're in the tribulation, you know?
Sure.
And that's what I thought.
What do you do personally? Do you meditate? Do you pray?
I personally, I'll tell you what I do. I pray. I pray about all kinds of things. I pray for discernment. I pray that God guides me in the right path. I pray that that I don't ever put out any any lies, any confabulation. I just tell people the honest truth about what I personally believe, but not say that it's necessarily fact. I just say, and I tell people all the time, I'm not telling you these are 100% fact, just telling you what I believe and in my heart now, and that's the best I can give you, and if people want to listen to me and they want to tune in, then great, and I'm not forcing anybody to do it, but, just like all of us are just looking for answers. And I don't claim to know any dates. I don't claim to set any, I don't know anything. Okay. Nobody's told me anything. There's no angels that come down and talk to me. I don't know anything. All I can do is just tell you and bear witness to what I've experienced. So personally, what I do is I just whenever I feel like, and I struggle, like I struggle all the time, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a real person. I struggle just like everyone else struggles in this thing. Like when we go through the emotional aspects of this, the physical aspects of it, all kinds of things. And all I can do is just pray that God is directing me in the right path so that I can help others. And that's how I do it.
Do you also experience the earring?
What's that?
You also experience the earringing?
Oh yeah. I've documented that for sure, dude. I had my first out of body experience because of the Mandela effect. I don't do I'm not the out of body kind of guy. I never mess with any of that new age, more conceptual stuff.
Did it just happen kind of at random?
Yes, absolutely. And I tell people that there was an ear ringing, but one day it got really super intense. I went to bed. I felt super tired. It felt like more like almost a frequency in the head. I was laying down. The frequency got higher and higher and higher. Next thing I know, I'm looking at myself laying on the bed. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just telling you that's what happened. I literally walked around the room. I was freaking out like, geez, what is going on here? And then eventually I kind of pop back into my body. I don't know, whatever. And then I woke up and I realized what I just experienced was what people would claim as an out of body type of thing. And that was just bizarre, And so there were times, man, where I used to wake up in the morning and experience like the stillness of the earth. And this is when the Mandela effects first kicked in. And I was like, my God, I feel like everything changed. So I woke up and there was no sound. Like there was no cars, there was no wind, there was nobody was walking around the house. It was so still, it almost felt like the world was new again. And I walked around. As I walked around, then life started to sort of come back. And that's the way I would describe it. And that happened a lot. And I documented all this stuff. And a lot of people said, you know what, I've experienced that. I've experienced the ear ringing. I've experienced, some of the things, the out of body stuff. I think I had a few even claimed that to experience that. So yeah, very bizarre stuff, man. Like, yeah, the ear ringing is weird. I still get that from time to time. And that's when I tell everybody, I'm like, I think we're going through another shift. Keep your eyes open.
I think that's something somewhere is changing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last night it shifted.
So may I ask, after having that out of body experience, have you tried to recreate it? Have you tried to control it, or experience it in some way?
No, I tell you what. Early on, well, my mother was more like a very spiritual kind of person. I'd almost say she was somewhat new age in some senses. And I remember she was talking about, she had some books that I read about it, and I tried it. Okay, when I was a lot younger. Oddly enough, whenever I tried it and I was to the point where I felt like I was about to release, there would be a huge explosion in the room. Wake me up. I literally came out of my skin. I could feel the vibration from it. So then I thought that was really odd. I never talked to anybody about it for years. I tried it twice. 2 times there was an explosion. I said, okay, whatever that is, something's waking me up. I'm freaking out, and it scared me, dude. It literally scared me. And so when I looked it up, people talk about it. It's called exploding head syndrome, like where people are sleeping and they hear an explosion in their head. And I'm like, oh God, that's so crazy. And I think somebody described it. I remember reading about it. Somebody had described it as a way of keeping you kind of trapped here, like so that you couldn't get to that other realm. And I thought, wow, that'd be a one way to do it, because that explosion is no joke.
You mean like a distraction?
A barrier.
Yes, like a barrier. Yeah, it's like the sound barrier. You know, like when you break the sound barrier, there's an explosion. Well, to the spiritual realm, there's a barrier, and when you do it, if you're not afraid of it, and you know it's coming, you can probably do it. But I never went beyond that. I just decided that whatever I was doing, I didn't know enough about, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to play around with something I wasn't sure about. Okay. So yeah, and so, is it all scary and stuff? I don't know. I haven't really experienced. I never tried it again. And
I've had experiences, not out of body, but I'll have where I'll awaken from a dream. And if I'm wide awake, but if I close my eyes, I can still see the dream playing out. Now it's a little like, it's more heavily vignetted, and like the frame rate is slower. It's like kind of like you're watching it on a projector. Mm-hmm. It's still the same dream, and if I keep my eyes closed, I see it continue to play out. And the other visions I've had was I just in a relaxed state after a wake, and I would see waves of purple color come through my eyesight, and then it would start forming this wispy ball of like this energy-looking thing. And I would watch it, and then it formed into the silhouette of a purple dragon. And I know it sounds crazy, but it just happened randomly, right?
Well,
I'm not meditating anything. But I'm in a relaxed state. Mm-hmm. It's not a dream. I'm wide awake. And so I'm like, well, what is this? The purple waves of color, and then the purple dragon. I don't know anything about New Age stuff or spirituality, spiritualism, other than the basics. But I start looking into it, and they talk about when you see that's the sign of the third eye and the crown chakra is opening. Wow. That you see that purple or violet color, and that a purple dragon is like a spirit guardian of a sense, like a spirit guide in a sense.
It's also represented as Satan in the Bible as well. But here's the thing with people. Red dragon, right? Well, they represent it as a red dragon, but a dragon nonetheless. The thing is interesting about that is, you're not saying that it's Satan. I'm not saying it is satanic or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is it's interesting because I believe that one of the misconceptions we've gotten wrong is that there's the Heavenly Father and God, but there's also another God here on earth. And it seems like Christians never really pay that. They pay it lip service, but they don't ever really understand it. And I think that, when we think of the world and everything and what it is like the material world, right? The lust of the material world and the flesh and things like that. And we get caught up in all that and we lose our spirituality through it. And that's where, and I think some of that makes reference to, in the Bible with a lot of that stuff. And it could mean, it does say that there is a ruler of the air here, and so, I just wonder sometimes, like, what the deeper meanings to all that is, how does that relate to what people are experiencing? Is it something that we should, not mess with? Is it, personally, like I said, I tried to mess with it, but it was strange, right? I had the explosions and stuff like that were really freaky to me to actually feel that in the room. And it was crazy, dude. I mean, like, that's some wild stuff.
The Bible warns us of these kinds of things, but is the Bible maybe
a control? Is that
an aspect of the Bible where it's trying to say, hey, don't go down that path because it's a path to enlightenment, and they don't want you enlightened. The powers that be want you to stay dumbed down to what you are or what this place is.
Yeah, let me tell you, I think in some cases you might be very correct. And also too, it's like, well, why hide books like Enoch? Why hide books like Thomas? Why hide books? Like, you know, like why not share all the information and allow us to know for ourselves? What is really funny about this Mandela effect, I find it really interesting, is that for the longest time, the priests, the pastors, the Pharisees have told you that they own the keys to heaven. And I say that that's not true. You all have the key to heaven, and that's what this is telling you. You know, all of you do, and through your heart. And this is what this is teaching us.
But every time I try to control it or to, you know, guide myself down a certain path, it doesn't seem to work. You know, there seems like a helplessness. I do feel like a helpless observer. I don't think that when people say, "Oh, our collective consciousness is causing these changes," I don't buy that at all. I have this helpless observer feeling with all this.
Sure, me too. If
grander intelligence that's manipulating our perceptions, and in some cases, like with the unaffected, I think there's a force manipulating their memories.
Listen, if I could create reality, if we could get in a circle and all create something, and then I'd love to see it. You know, show me something that you can create, a manifest. You know, and all I say to these people that want to sit there and kumbaya crap into existence, and I don't mean this to sound, you know, like snarky, but I'm just saying, like, dude, I hear this all the time, and like what I'm saying is, dude, you have just as much answers as I've got, which is 0. Okay, and I would say that you know, that people just get caught up with that, and they're like, oh my God, I'm just not eating enough, I'm not vegan enough, or I'm not this enough. Bull crap. It's not about what you eat. It's not about how, you know, it's not about how many vitamins I take, or if I take care of my body, or I do whatever. It's not about that. It's about right here in the center, man. It's about the heart. You know, it's about finding that innocence of yourself and realizing that, you know what, I don't know everything, and that this world that we live in is a place of wonderment. And my dog is going crazy. It's driving me nuts. Sorry about that, y'all.
All right, well, it's been great talking to you, Dan. Great being
Good talking to you too, man.
Great. I just want to say too, I appreciate all you've done. Your channel and Moneybag's channel were very special to me when I was first becoming awakened to this effect, and it does mean a lot to a lot of people, I'd say. And so just keep up the good work.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing, and I'd also share one other crazy experience with the purple color does denote royalty. Okay. That's a very interesting color. And also I would say that, you know, there was a time, and I don't tell the story often, but right before Mandela, or during that time period, you know, before the effect really kicked in, I walked outside and I looked up at the sky. It was a literally like a overcast sky. And I said, God, I wish you would just show me a sign. You know, sometimes you just pray and you just wish, you know, that God would answer you. And typically it doesn't happen that way. But there was this one time where I don't know why it happened. It was just weird. I don't know how you chalked this up to coincidence. And I've never seen anything like it in my life. And I'm going to tell you what happened. I looked up in the sky and I saw, as I said that, I like literally felt it in my heart, and I said it. I looked up, and then all of a sudden there was this purple spiraling light, like almost like a falling star or a meteorite, but it was purple, and I've never seen purple. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. Who's ever seen a spiraling, you know, purple corkscrewing, you know, meteorite? Like, that is just the weirdest thing. And so when I saw the certain signs like that, yeah, and it was either during, right, as the Mandela effect was happening, or maybe it was you know, a little bit before it. But I just know that there's so many things, man. I share so many stories with people of the events I saw in the sky about that time, or a little bit before. Of course, we all remember the blood moon stuff, but there was even more stuff. And I tell you, man, there's something out there, and I'm just trying to reach out for it and attain it, and I just want to know it. And I feel like everything we're experiencing, man, we should be really excited about all this. We should never be afraid.
I agree. And I think it will become, like the Bible says, that it will be like birth pains, where they'll be subtle at first, infrequent, and then as we get closer, they'll become more severe, more frequent. And I think that then we'll probably have a larger scale awakening as well. And I have to say too, everyone, because I've shared with about over 50 people now, and every single one of them, it was brand new to them. They'd never heard of the Mandela effect, and I think that to us, we probably think, oh, everyone knows about it at least to some degree, right? Because we're on the internet, we're looking up this stuff. But you go out there and you share with people, they don't have a clue about it.
Yeah,
and
it's weird.
It's being purposely suppressed as well. Anything you do see mainstream, like on Fox News, it's just, oh, it's bad memory, you know, and that's obviously very frustrating.
I think it's sad that it's believe me, I've tried to share this information. You know what it comes down to too, as I was explaining this on the show last night, I said, you know, even if you get people who see it, okay, it is not, I never feel fulfilled after showing somebody. Like, for instance, I'll show somebody, they don't see it, they blow me off. That's kind of unfulfilling. Even if they do witness and they do experience it, they walk away kind of giving you the look like, yeah, you just played a little trick on me, or, you know, something like that. Like I've never met the person that would react like me. Have you?
I have had people that are completely blown away at first. They're okay. Because what they'll do is, I do the slideshow method. I've gathered up all pictures because it's a clunky discussion with some of the logo changes. So I just get, you know, the befores and afters of all these logo changes, and I'll go through them, and they will often pick 3 to 1, 4 to 1, the old version, and I'll tell them that it's never been that. And who am I? I could be, you know, totally messing with them. I say, look it up yourself, and they'll look it up on their phone, and they'll be blown away. They'll, you know, because obviously it's not a trick anymore at that point. But then you'll go on to see them process it and explain it away in their mind. For like a good half hour, maybe an hour, they'll be completely floored, just like I'm sure all of us were. And then an hour passes, or even maybe the next day passes, right? Then it's like, oh, you know, we miss these things. Because we glance at them casually, maybe. And then you bring, well, how are we all misremembering it the same way? Oh, well, we just all have the same fallible human mind. And they completely just, you know, push it aside and go on with their, you know. I've had 2 successes out of those 50. I've had 2 successes. Like,
that's good. Well, I think I've had a lot of successes just doing my show and doing the videos. Obviously, I've woken people up that way, but it's like, as far as personal, like, I freak people out. You know, it's just like all I do is end up, you know, isolating them, and then they're just like, okay, so wow, look at the time, I got to roll. And so, you know, there was 2 ladies that I really woke up. I did the Haas avocado one, and then I remember the one just staring at me, looking at me like I was, well, you know, like a heretic. Like,
no one can pass. Nobody.
No, yeah, everyone remembers it as Haas, man. But here's the thing: that's where I'll start. You know, I'll do my avocado stocking, and I'll start with that, and then we go into more things. And then these 2 ladies were so inquisitive, and they're looking at me, and this one lady's got her eyes wide open, like there's no way this stuff could be, you know, changed. What are you talking about? Like, I am just like she's looking at me like snakes are coming out of my head, right? And the other one is like, she's over there going, okay, that's really weird. Well, they're both affected, and I had them understanding. I mean, they were totally affected. Here's the thing, though. Like, after it was all said and done, they're asking me, hey, well, what do you think is going on with all this? Why is all this changing? And that's the $1 million question. So now what I'm saying is, you got to be, they want answers. You're supposed to give them, okay, you just explained something. Now, how do you explain that? So then you go into, well, is it something spiritual that's happening? Well, if they were spiritually inclined, then they would understand that. If these girls seem more like they were on the scientific background. So I kind of led into the whole idea that, you know, hey, have you heard of, there's people that think that, they CERN, the multiverse and all that kind of stuff. I've started with that because I knew, you know how it is, man. You know, you start talking about God, everybody shuts down. So I didn't want that to happen. So I was trying to hold their attention. But the truth is, I probably wasn't being honest about my true beliefs. I was trying to hold their attention more so than I was trying to give them the truth. You know what I mean? Like, there's that level where you're afraid of the ridicule you're going to get. And, you know, it's a hard thing to do, to take that ridicule. And let me tell you, dude, it was after I said all this and they walked away, then we actually met up in the line, checking out. I was right behind them. They would not even look at me. They wouldn't look at me. I was like, I felt like I was I don't know, like a stalker or something. Like I just felt like, I felt like trash, dude. I did.
Poor Koki.
You guys hear Koki? I'm sorry. Man, my dog is in heat and Koki is going berserk. He's like, let me out, Dan. Let me out. Let me go see the girl.
I still want to see the puppies.
There will be no puppies. Oh, you mean the old puppies from when they were little? Oh,
no, the new puppies.
No, there's not going to be new puppies. I don't want to be on puppy duty for another 6 weeks. Oh my gosh, no, I can't do it. But yeah, man. Hey, dude, great conversation. Yeah, it's really, really good talking to you, man.
Guys,
And everyone have a good weekend.
All right,
you
man.
too, Jacobian. Listen, I'm sorry. I just want to let everybody know Theresa had to leave to go to the May the 4th Be With You library event that she was going to.
Right. That's right.
So she just disappeared. That's why.
They're having something like that around here at Barnes & Noble. They're doing a Lego Star Wars thing.
Yeah, she didn't want to interrupt, so she just left. Yeah, so that's where Theresa went. And I have to leave because I have to go pick up Joey from work. So.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Cool. That's a really good play on words. I never heard of the May the 4th Be With You. So
May the 4th be with you.
Never. Huh? What was that, Brian?
You never had?
I said, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you. That's a good one. I've honestly, I've never heard of such a thing. That's the first I've heard of it. How long's that been going on? Probably a long time, huh?
Yeah, at least a couple years.
Oh,
I've heard it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're telling me, oh, Dan, it's been going on for 30 years.
No, not 30 years. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
I would say since
not another one.
The newer ones.
Probably around 2013 or 2015 is when I heard it.
Yeah, same here.
All right. Well, that's cool. Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot of fun. I'm sure they're doing stuff around here. I think there's
you should check it out. Check it out.
I don't have any Star Wars stuff though. I don't have any costumes or nothing like that. So
you don't have to go for the food, go for the entertainment. You know, that's what I always say.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's what Teresa's doing. The library isn't going to be a dress-up thing, I don't think. They're doing it's more like an exhibit. She's going to like an exhibit at the library. She's looking to see if anybody's dressed up for Residue, of course. Before we go, though, I just want to remind people again in the group that there's a contest for May the 4th for the 1-year anniversary. If you post any Star Wars Residue in the comments of that post, your name will be in the running to win a t-shirt.
I want to thank everyone for coming on today. Man, we had a great show. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Thanks for just jumping in, guys.
Yeah, Sheriff.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, and as well as Busy Pop. We hope to see you guys again soon.
All right, Brian. Well, yeah, man. You guys take care. Have a good 4th of May, and I'm sure we'll see you guys around real soon.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who called in. That was nice.
Everybody have a great day, and may the 4th be with you all.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.